Hi, this is Matt Olivo from Expulsion, and you're listening to the FANTASM Podcast.
Phantasm. This is Philip H. Anselmo.
Hi, this is from Creator.
Chambry, bass player, Nate Bongas.
This is Alex from Crisium. This is Max Colasty from Crisium.
This is Lee from Monstrosity.
Hey, this is Chris from Cryptopsy.
Hey, this is Matt from Cryptopsy.
This is Will from Cryptopsy. Rush Dolan from Immolation.
Name is Kim Borey.
This is Ben from Goat Whore.
Sammy Dewey from Goat Whore.
This is Martin Bakunin from Aspect, and you're listening to
Phantasm Podcast.
Hey, this is Chris Barnes from 6 Feet Under. You're listening to Corey Gorechrist and Dr. Vincent West on the Phantasm Podcast.
This is Frank from Suffocation. The Phantasm Podcast goes down fucking smooth.
What the fuck is up, and welcome to the Phantasm Podcast. I'm Corey Gorechrist. With me,
Dr. Vincent West.
hello, how are we doing? We have an awesome episode. So excited to get this one underway. We have Matt Olivo of Expulsion and Repulsion on the podcast. Dr. West did an interview with him. It was fucking awesome, very insightful. A lot to talk about on that. So be sure to check out the end of the episode and on YouTube for the full interview. And the movie we have. What do we got, Doctor?
Well, it's something that I bought kind of late in the game. I didn't buy it last year. I didn't want to spend a lot of money on it, just because it was really expensive when this thing came out. But I bought.
It was like $25.
I picked it off Amazon, and it was a brand new copy, like a promo copy. It was sealed.
The print already looks good too. I mean, it's kind of good with the grain on it. I think it adds to the.
We're giving Mr. Olivo. We're giving him David Cronenberg's RABID.
You can't trust your mother. You can't trust your best friend. You can't trust your neighbor. 1 minute, they're perfectly normal. The next, rabid. Pray it doesn't happen to you. Rabid. Rated R.
1977. It's got Marilyn Chambers, who you adult film buffs will know her work very well, or her filmography, I should say.
I feel like we're doing a year we haven't done.
Yeah, I mean, Phantasm was the closest we've done, I think. Or
Texas Chainsaw Massacre. 77, if I'm not mistaken. Well, that was 74.
Yeah, so we did Chainsaw, and we did.
What about?
We've done a couple. We did a Vincent Price. We did.
What was the other Cronenberg? Well, no, yeah, but that was like 60s. Or 50s.
Yeah, so we have done far back. And we did that Dracula, the Goat Whore episode.
That's old as fuck. That's like 50s.
Yeah, so we've done pretty far back, but
or 60s.
As far as 70s, we've only done a couple. I think we did.
Well, what about? Let me ask you this: what about? 70? So 77. I mean, I don't think we've done this. But now the Brood. What year was the Brood? We did the Brood.
79. So it was a couple years.
It's probably the next movie he did.
Fast Company.
What about Shivers?
Shivers was 75.
That movie was way ahead of its time.
It was.
Yeah, but we're rabid today, and this I can already tell you, and this print is.
And then of course Scanners was 81 that he did,
which we've done.
Yep.
You folks want to listen to that?
Beautiful Cryptopsy. Thank you guys again. Mm-hmm. Go see them anytime. As you see on the screen, if you guys are following along the Scream Factory release we're watching of.
Produced by John Gunning, written and directed by
Ivan Reitman, executive producer. She did the music supervision on Shivers, and he did Death Weekend with Cronenberg, which the doctor told me that I definitely need to watch that. We have a beautiful Canadian family here traveling around. They're so Canadian.
Very Canadian.
Yeah, it's like
actually. That dad's mustache is from hell.
It's like Strange Brew doesn't have shit on that family. They're like the most Canadian thing I've seen in a long time. And here comes the motorcycle. This sets up the premise for this whole gross out fest. If any of you are unfamiliar with anything Cronenberg's done, you can start with this film. I wouldn't start with Shivers. That's a very bad one to start with. You need to get a little bit.
It's a weird one.
Yeah, the Brood is just strange.
I love it, but it's
strange.
It is weird.
It's very slow paced, and the payoff is just strange. It's just, here we go. And just like that, motorcycle crash. And it starts. It's beautiful print. I really like this. It looks really good. But let's look up... is
that guy burning alive?
He's just turning into fucking toast. Let's look up the films from 1977. Most of you guys already know the bigger one here. I mean, we don't need to even say it, but I'll say it later. What the fuck is this?
What, a Cronenberg?
No. For the movies for 77, there's one.
Oh yeah, there's a big. There's
a lot of big ones. Here we go.
I'm pretty sure my favorite movie.
It is.
Out.
I know what it is. But we're going to go through, and if you guys know how we do this thing, we're trying to give you a feel for what 77 was like in cinema. Then we get to the straight up horror in 77.
Request for you also, if you don't care tonight.
Sure.
I've had you do this before, but I'm a big fan of when you do this. Would you mind giving me some TV shows from 77?
Sure.
After you do.
Since Marilyn Chambers has done this, you should look up the adult films during this time.
I can look up. How about her adult films? I can do that.
Yeah. But what we normally do, if you're not familiar with this, we'll look up what came out in 77, like the normal films, and then we'll go to the straight-up horror films that came out in 77, just to give you a feel for what was going on. And I'll start off with some classic ones here. Let's see. I'll start with a really good one. A lot of good horror came out. We'll start with Pete's Dragon. A little,
Love that. The Disney?
Classic Disney film. Oh, yeah.
Now, is that the live action or is that a cartoon?
Cartoon.
I like the, yeah.
High Anxiety, Mel Brooks, one of his best.
Good movie.
You got Slapshot. Paul Newman, one of the best sports films.
Very good movie.
Got Kentucky Fried Movie.
That's a strange movie.
It is strange. Another Disney film, you got The Rescuers. That was big.
I liked that as a kid.
The Spy Who Loved Me.
Rest in peace, Roger Moore.
Yeah, rest in peace. Saturday Night Fever, huge hit. Back then, one of the biggest. Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
I like that Spielberg movie. A lot of people don't like it. I like that one.
I think it's cool. It's got a lot of,
I like it.
The favorite thing from 77, I mean, I would actually go more towards horror for me for 77 being one of my favorite movies of all time, but I'll go Doctor's favorite and then my favorite for the biggest films of that year. And it's a short list, but because they were so big. This was the year of the summer blockbuster was 77. It was the first summer blockbuster.
And I'm pretty sure my movie didn't even come close. But I'll tell you what's interesting.
No, but it's still great.
Well, it actually movie wasn't supposed to make any money, and it made a lot of money.
Yep. Smokey and the Bandit.
Oh, love that movie.
Which is Dr. West.
It really is.
Dr.
It's
West's
probably
favorite.
my favorite movie.
And then my favorite, obviously, at least of that year, for regular movies.
May I do
it? Yeah.
I know your favorite movie of that year, and it's Star Wars: A New Hope.
Thank you.
It's a beautiful film.
The first summer blockbuster film.
Yeah.
And you can tell because not a lot of big movies came out that year, but it's like Smokey and the Bandit, boom, and then Star Wars, boom.
Yep.
Horror movies, great year for horror movies.
See, I can't...
So good.
Now, Halloween is 78.
Correct. This is...
so you've got... I'm going to be honest with you now.
79...
Everybody's going to think I'm losing my mind here. I can't think of a goddamn thing.
This is going to blow your mind. One of them I'm surprised you haven't said.
Well, give me a second.
It's a big one. There's a lot of big ones.
Well, first of all, it's not Phantasm.
No.
It's not Halloween.
Nope.
It's not Friday the 13th.
Nope.
Because that started in 80.
Yep.
It's not The Burning. It's not...
it's not even a slasher, per se.
Oh, no, it's not The Exorcist. Because The Exorcist is like 70.
It was already out.
That movie's like 70.
There was another 70. Exorcist that came out in 77.
Oh, part 2.
Yep.
The Heretic.
Yep. So there's one, guys. We'll start off with Exorcist 2, The Heretic.
I feel like I'm going to feel.
Here, I'll name some, and maybe you'll get it. I'll start off small. We've got Drive-In Massacre, 77.
Love that movie.
The Spell, The Island of Dr. Moreau, The Incredible Melting Man.
I've got that.
One of the goriest sequences ever made is in that.
Baker.
Yep. Last House on Dead End Street, which
Okay.
I think they're putting out somewhere. The Child. What else we got?
Is Invasion of the Body Snatchers 77?
You got House, the Japanese one. That's very strange. It's worth a watch if you guys have never seen it. Shockwaves, which they're supposed to be doing.
I have that. It's already out.
Eraserhead, classic David Lynch.
I've got that.
We got The Car.
I've got that. I love that movie.
Yep.
James Brolin. Or, excuse me, James Brolin, yes.
The Sentinel.
I have that. That's a good movie. Burgess Meredith.
My favorite horror film to come out that year, and this is one of the biggest ones, and then leaves the one that you need to figure out. Suspiria, 1977. Dario Argento.
No, wait.
There's another one. It's American. It was a debut film.
It's not this.
No, it's a debut film from a young director that would go on to make one of the most profitable slasher franchises of all time. Started with this film.
Wait a minute. I think I know it.
We haven't done it yet either. As a
Hills
film.
Have Eyes.
Yep. Boom.
Wow, that's
Hills
77?
Have Eyes is 77.
I never remember that. I always want to say that it's...
I always thought it was earlier.
Me too.
Like 76 or something?
Because it's so great.
But yeah, The Hills Have Eyes, 77, Wes Craven. Great year for horror films. 77 was really knocking it out.
Great movies. What great movies that year.
In the foreign, Suspiria coming out was absolutely huge.
Oh, update to make everybody... Well, Corey and I sick. It won't make you guys. You guys will be happy listening to this. On Amazon right now, you can get the collector's edition limited Hills Have Eyes from Arrow for $12.
I bought it for $20.
They're literally selling it for $12 fucking dollars.
FYE was selling it for like $50.
$12, kids.
I got it for $20 from Severin because they had some Arrow stuff.
Love that movie. Such a good.
And it's the same thing. It's the Big Daddy. And they had some Arrow titles with them, and I was like, oh. One thing FYE did have, though, they had Jack Frost, and it was like $12. That's really cheap. It's cheapest
really?
I've seen it.
I've never seen that cheap.
Kathy's Curse, speaking of that.
I have that.
That came out 77.
Severin put that out.
Yep. And Ruby, that came out.
Or it was either Severin or was it here's your company.
Vinegar?
No.
It was Severin.
I thought it may have been Redemption that put that out.
Severin. They put out Kathy's Curse.
Did Zombie Lake come out in 77?
I don't think so. Jungle Holocaust did. That's one. The Uncanny.
You're not seeing Zombie Holocaust?
Oh, the
Zombie Lake is what I was saying. Not Zombie Holocaust, Zombie Lake.
Yeah. Let me see. I don't think I've seen that one. That's 81.
Let me tell you kids something right now. That is the Doctor's, other than Dawn of the Dead, that is my favorite zombie film.
Really? Now, who did that one?
Here they are in order. Zombie Lake, Dawn of the Dead, and just because I saw Zombie Lake first, I love Dawn of the Dead. I'm wearing a Dawn of the Dead shirt.
Yeah.
But I love Zombie. Those are my two favorite. And then 3 is the Savini Night of the Living Dead. I love that movie.
It is good.
I love it. I know he's a butt, but I love the movie.
I don't know what one of my...
A lot of people like Day of the Dead. Jeremy Wagner from Broken Hope, big George Romero fan.
The gore in Day of the Dead is great, but as far as the pace,
I gotta go Dawn, man.
As far as the pace, I don't like how they're in one place the whole time, like
that underground bunker.
The underground and the military guys. It's not relatable.
Oh! I gotta mention this. Gotta mention this for Matt Olivo. Matt, Dr. Vince West here. If you're listening to this, Matt, during our interview, tells a cool story. How the sergeant, the asshole in Day of the Dead, goes in his convenience store where he buys groceries and stuff. But he's never had the nerve to talk to him, that Joe Paseco or whatever.
Really?
Yeah, I swear.
That's
it's in the interview because that's his favorite. He loves Day of the Dead. And I want to apologize, Matt, also if you're listening to this, because I don't have Day of the Dead. So it's something that I had to sell. Yeah. I need some money, so...
If you're going to sell one, just don't sell the Dawn, because that'll actually be worth money.
I actually have... No.
Sell the new one. Anyway, so TV shows, and this is like the Doctor's Candy Shop right here. This is some of his favorite stuff, which is it must be the reason he wanted me to do this, just so he can hear.
I mean, it's my childhood.
I
had the bowl
right
cut.
off the bat.
Everybody's asking about the bowl cut. Jason, friend of ours that just Corey added, a friend of mine. He was talking about, you ever see your bowl cut, man? And he was joking with me. I was like, man, you've been listening to our shit.
It was a metal bowl cut.
Yeah.
I'm going to go right off the bat, first thing. The Love Boat, 1977, which has done a lot of jokes, several jokes on here about that. Three's Company, debuted in 77.
Mr. Ritter.
8 is Enough.
I watched it.
Fantasy Island.
Loved it.
And you got...
you should have asked Malcolm McDowell about the remake of Fantasy Island.
Chips.
Love it. I have the complete series.
Lou Grant.
I watched that.
Man from Atlantis.
I'll watch that.
The Richard Pryor Show.
Of course I watched that.
Awesome.
I wasn't supposed to watch it, but I did.
The Hardy Boys Nancy Drew Mysteries.
Great stuff.
The Betty White Show.
Yes.
Busting Loose.
Yeah.
The Fitzpatricks. I'm just reading off stuff. I have no idea
Yeah.
about some of this stuff. The Incredible Hulk.
Of course I watched that.
Boom.
Little nerd, little bowl cut. Got my Hulk on fucking layaway.
Here's a really good one that I've actually watched. Logan's Run.
Great show. Great movie. Great show.
What was that, Q-Ark? Is that how you say that? Someone's going to kill me for saying that.
Quark.
Quark, is that how you say it?
It depends on what it is.
Quarf.
Fart.
Which is a penis fart. The Amazing Spider-Man, I guess, was a show in 77.
Yes, it was a live action thing. It was awesome. That doesn't exist. If that ever existed on DVD or Blu-ray,
I would
see
jerk
you
off
for a month. No, I would be, because it's actually really cool.
All right, I guess that's it. Laverne and Shirley started in 76, so it was still going.
Yeah, Happy Days was still on too.
Yeah.
Got a lot of good stuff that kept on trucking on.
Now, as we go back to the film for a minute, we see that Marilyn Chambers is in recovery mode after her little motorcycle wreck. And what this guy doesn't know is that she's going to have this weird armpit thing, and there you go. I think I cut myself or something. And she's got this little fucking armpit stinger that infects people. It's fucking gross.
Okay, here we go, kids.
I don't get the does she need it for sustenance? Like she has to have it if she's hungry, or
These are the metal albums / hard rock records of the time.
ugh.
Now, there's not a lot, but there's definitely some standout stuff. And a debut from one of Corey and I's favorite bands this year, which is my number one. But we'll get to that later. We're going to start right out. Alice Cooper Show by Alice Cooper.
Awesome. Good
Live
one
album. Triumph, Canadian band, Rock and Roll Machine. The debut record, minus the classic lineup. But this was with Randy Rhoads from Quiet Riot.
Wow.
Rainbow on stage.
Can't beat that shit.
Aerosmith, Draw the Line. Great album. Big fan. Nazareth, Expect No Mercy.
Awesome.
Another really good band. Hard rock band doesn't really get any credit. Rush, A Farewell to Kings.
Nice.
Kiss, Alive 2.
Oh yeah.
Uriah Heep, Innocent Victim. I'm gonna say the best stuff for last. Kiss, Love Gun. I can't really.
It's my favorite Kiss record.
Okay, there you go.
Oh.
Lights Out from
what?
UFO.
Oh, that's gross. See the guys in
Spectres from Blue Oyster Cult.
It's my New York.
Sin
voice.
After Sin from Judas Priest.
Love it.
Taken by Force by Scorpions.
Fuck yeah.
News of the World by Queen.
Which they just had the anniversary this year, and actually saw Queen earlier this month, and they had. I didn't know the mascot for News of the World. His name was Frank, and they had him throughout the show. It was really neat. So that's cool.
Let There Be Rock from AC/DC. And the number one and debut album from the late and great fucking genius and the master, as far as I'm concerned, of all new wave of British heavy metal, Motorhead from the gentleman from...
It's cool. This is very in tune with the episode thing, because I got the Motorhead shirt on.
It is.
You got the Dawn of the Dead. We have Matt Olivo. We have a lot of Dawn of the Dead shit we're talking about.
So there you go.
Boom, man.
But my number 2 and 1 are AC/DC, Let There Be Rock, and then, of course, the self-titled from Motorhead.
Yeah.
Featuring Vibrator, which is one of my favorites.
Oh, it's awesome. If you guys have any issues with AC/DC, whether it's because they're too popular, or they're too Australian, or whatever it is,
you really need to go do some drugs and listen to those records.
you don't even have to. It's just, that's rock and roll, man. That's whenever they turned it over on its side. They flipped it up completely.
And I'm going to do
upside
something
down.
I've not done before. This is for this is for our number 1.
I'll say Phantasm gives AC/DC a big old horn, for sure.
Yes. And if you're listening...
They've never changed. They never changed. Even though they lost Bon Scott, they got Brian Johnson. They still never changed. He still sounded just
If you want, I can let a cat out of the bag, but we've got a big old guest coming from AC/DC to this podcast.
And that's not even because of that. I'm honestly saying, like, AC/DC's always kept it true to their style.
That band is fucking amazing.
I think what makes you rock and roll or what makes you metal has not only a lot to do with your sound and your attitude, but it also has to do with just, the statement you're making. And they just play fucking music, and that's a good thing. They're not trying to set any trends. They never tried to, like, dress a certain way. Angus does his own schoolboy thing. You know who else does that? Nobody. That's his thing, So they get the big thumb up from us.
Let There Be Rock was released on March 21st, 1977.
2 days after Mrs. Gorechrist's birthday.
There you go. And then we're going to go to our number 1 now, and just a couple of tidbits on it, which is the first Motorhead album. The first Motorhead album was released on... Holy shit. The first Motorhead album was released on August 21st, 1977.
Today. We got to put that on the Facebook. We dropped the ball. Isn't that weird?
We've not been on there today. I haven't been on all damn day.
I just slipped on a Motorhead shirt because that's what I wanted to wear today. And boom, it's the day the first Motorhead record came out.
I'll take care of it right now.
It's weird, isn't it?
It is.
I mean, I wear this shirt a lot, but I haven't wore it in like a few weeks. I just saw it
today.
in my store.
Today, kids.
And I put it on.
The first album from Lemmy and the Boys. It's fucking nasty. And I mean Motorhead is in Fast Eddie Clark and Lemmy and...
The Motorhead.
And Filthy Phil.
Motorhead that,
The Motorhead I grew up with.
Were the generals of the new wave of British heavy metal,
Took the punk movement, threw it in a blender, and essentially... And I was reading this recently. I want to actually talk to you about this, Corey, while we're talking about Motorhead. I'm going to put that on the page. Lemmy sort of created thrash.
He created fast music, period.
I mean, it's
Motorhead,
pretty goddamn awesome.
Whenever it came out, Motorhead was the fastest band. We didn't have Venom or any of that stuff. They were about to be there. They were pretty much there. But Motorhead was the fastest band on the planet. And nothing came in front of them, Because Venom came out, 79. So the world hadn't seen Venom just yet. They were a part of all that, but even then they weren't like really... I think Motorhead was kind of faster than Venom, really, if you look back on it.
Well, we're going to take care of that right now, kids. I will update our page.
Because Lemmy was too punk for punk. He was too metal for rock and roll. He was just Lemmy.
A lot of people, this Putz that I met when I was interviewing, I won't even reveal him because I won't halfway be professional, but this Putz that I met when I was doing some interviews at a concert recently was telling me how unimportant Motorhead was, and I was happy to inform him.
Did you slap him in the face?
No, but it just lets me know where people...
It's the 40th
They like fucking
anniversary.
Metallica, but they don't...
40 years ago today.
I got it taken care of. It's on.
That's crazy.
Done.
Wow.
It's a done deal.
That's just cool, the things we do on this podcast. We got you covered, guys. Don't worry. I don't have to put this episode up today.
Well, I mean, if I had fucked up,
Hey, we got it, Trying to put something on cool there. Lemmy's just a badass,
Start
man.
being quiet a second, kids.
Whoever has problems with that, I mean...
Most people don't. Anybody that actually knows anything about music.
Our neighbors are, like, killing each other.
That's what it sounds like.
This is so weird, though. This chick's just, like, you know... Well, it's Marilyn Chambers, but she's, like, whoring these guys out for her armpit. It's just fucking gross. Ah!
Is there something living in her armpit?
Yeah, after that fucking motorcycle wreck, she got like this fucking stinger in her armpit.
Huh.
It's fucking only
I haven't watched this
Cronenberg.
in forever.
Only Cronenberg. Ugh.
But yeah, you know, and Motorhead to me is just an important band. I think Motorhead is... I think his legacy speaks for itself, and you know there are a lot of people that I'm not going to give any credit to that love him that I'm not going to mention on this podcast that I want to run over in my car. But you know, at least they like you know, Lemmy.
They give credit where credit's due, you know. But I don't know, man. It's just.
Oh wow, Jerry Lewis died today.
That was. Was it yesterday? The day before?
Oh, it was yesterday. I apologize.
Mm-hmm.
It's not something I'm putting on our page. I think it's a little...
Yeah.
I mean, rest in peace, dude, but, you know, you did a lot of good work for children and shit with your telethon, but I just... No offense, it just doesn't really fit with our content. Sometimes, and I apologize, sometimes I'll put stuff on the page that probably really doesn't fit with the content, but I try to.
Well, you know, everyone likes different shit. Can't really...
I try to, you know, hold up to that kind of stuff for everybody, but sometimes I fail epically. Wow. This is just weird. I want to mention that just because this makes me feel really fucking old. Dirty Dancing was released today, 30 years ago. That makes me feel old as fuck.
That's weird.
Oh, wow, Kim Cattrall's birthday's today.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm putting that on. That's going on the page.
I'm trying to find a good picture here. Here we go.
Fucking Beastmaster was released yesterday.
That's Don Coscarelli.
Man, good movie, man. Mark Singer from fucking V. It's good shit. I gotta put it on the page. Let's see here.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Is that on Blu-ray?
No. That's bought when it is. That'll probably end up being a Shout Factory thing. Or Arrow. It'll be one of the two. There's nothing smaller will get that, I don't think. Of course, our friends in Suffocation are out on the road right now. I'd like to say hi to all those guys, Kevin and Terrence and Charlie. You guys are doing good.
Great bunch of dudes. Don't let the anything about the lineup deter you from seeing them. I missed being able to see them with the new lineup, but from what the doctor said, I can assure you it's just as nasty as they've always been. They don't let up, so definitely go catch them on the road. Don't be discouraged.
New record's great too. Don't let people deter you away from that. It's if it takes you a few listens, then it takes you a few.
Along with the Doctor, it was my favorite. It was my album of the month as well for July, so I loved every bit of it. And I'd say Expulsion is probably the favorite now. Now she's trying to get a lesbian action going. That's how desperate she is. Now she's farting in the... Did she fart?
I'm not sure.
It's kind of hot, and then it's like really disgusting because she's just like fucking choke slamming him with this stinger. Gross. It's a stinger splash. Because they're in a hot tub.
Yeah,
come on, people.
This movie is gory, but it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's not over the top. It's just kind of, you know, it's just the context of it's really gross because she's just.
I can't see the stinger.
They only showed it like a couple times. It's like really quick. It's fucking gross.
Well, it would almost make you think that this movie should have been called The Brood and not Rabid.
Yeah, but she's not having like a million kids. Like all these people aren't even like fully infected yet. They're about to start
That's what you're saying.
eating people, and right now here's the guy that she stung first, and he's about to go bananas.
I wanted to announce something to you guys, and Corey's probably going to shit because we've never even talked about this, but I'm going to go ahead and include him in it.
Okay.
We're gonna try something for you guys.
Oof.
We've got Venom Incorporated coming on in October this fall.
Super excited about that.
And
it'll be the return of the Gore Christ.
Yep. Cool. I want to welcome Corey back.
On the road interviews. We've done a
Yeah,
couple
man, it's going to be amazing.
at the home office, but the home headquarters, but you know.
But I wanted to ask everybody if you guys are into it. I think we're gonna do a live broadcast from there. I think Corey and I are gonna do like a little goof off thing, and we'll interview some of these clowns that I know that do go to the shows down there, and we'll fuck off or do something stupid. For that
We should do like a little.
do something weird, and we'll do some audio on the road, wheelchair fucker, and that we'll reunite the
We'll do
triad
a little-
there of.
We'll do a
us.
little vlogging or whatever they call it.
Even though he
nowadays.
forgot my birthday anyway.
Speaking of which, and I forgot till just now, I got to give you your gift courtesy from FrightRags.com.
That is very awesome. That wasn't where I was going with that. I was actually just slamming wheelchair, but
It was right here.
I was slamming the wheelchair because it's fun to slam wheelchair. Because
Where is it?
I just where my life. I don't know.
It wasn't.
I think Tootie ate it. Tootie, did you eat my gift?
It was where your bag was, right?
He's just like, don't worry about it. I ate your gift.
Did I lose it?
Speaking of my birthday, because I haven't got to do this yet, I
No, it
want
was on top of your bag. Is it in your bag now?
no. I want to formally thank Alex from Crisian and Maddie Way from Pathology for the birthday wishes, as well as I would like to thank my co-host and best friend, Mr. Gorechrist, for his love and attention to detail and work that he does on everything involved with this podcast.
I'd like to present live on the air
My birthday present.
the doctor's birthday present.
I got that on the page too. Everything that we were talking about.
You know, the doctor can go back in time when he wants if he feels older, and he can just be.
I try to.
But, you know,
How well I do with that, but I try.
tries to be a time demon whenever he feels the need.
About that,
And this is from the newest Evil Dead 2 line that just came out a week ago.
always like that.
Yeah, you get your little free prize bag, courtesy of Fright Rags.
Yeah.
They always throw in their little extras, and if you ever got anything from Cavity Colors, they throw in some extra stuff, sometimes candy and all that. I love the sleeve, the tagless with the logo. Got you a fat guy shirt like you always.
No, I got
That's
a
what you
fat guy
want.
shirt.
Let me see it. Let's see the print. Beautiful. Oh, that's awesome. That's so much cooler in person. Happy birthday, man.
Thank you, man. I love you. I appreciate it.
I love you too, dude. This one that I got him is the woodshed.
Yeah, it's so fucking awesome.
It's gray and red. It's beautiful. It's got ash on the front. Like,
I love it. That goddamn car.
Yeah,
and the cabin, and you got the fucking both the fucking the Deadites, the fucking
the Dead by Dawn. Deadites. I forget the dude's name. It's like Charlie or something.
They made a shirt with him on it. Just him.
Yeah, just him, which I thought was pretty cool. I'm actually sitting out. I'm going to get one of the RoboCop one.
He's going to get. I got to tell you guys about this. If you've not went and checked out, so we always try to share Fright Rag stuff, even though for some reason I can't ever get anybody to play ball with us from the company, even though I've spent $1,000 with them in just 6 months. But anyway, and that's fine. And they got shit going on. They don't care about me because they had Corey Taylor from Slipknot do a promo for them recently. So I guess they don't give a shit about me or Ghost and Rob Crombie. But the shirt Corey wants, and I love it, is if you remember in RoboCop, we got a RoboCop fans out there. RoboCop, there's a scene where
It's with Clarence where he's driving.
Yeah, and
that guy is already.
He is mutilated where he's gotten hit with
toxic waste, and he's like running around melting.
And he turns into like a cream potato when he hits him. It's fucking disgusting.
Turns into clam chowder.
It's fucking raunchy. Paul Verhoeven movies, kids. Starship Troopers, Total Recall, RoboCop.
Very gory.
Basic Instinct. You know, it's a little different.
He did Basic Instinct too?
Yes. Yeah. Paul Verhoeven's done some great stuff.
It's one of my first whack-off movies.
Oh, yeah, man. Sharon
It's
Stone always
interesting.
gave me a stiff one. I think Wes Craven fucked her, too.
Probably.
Oh, he alluded to it on that commentary, remember?
Oh, yeah.
For,
Gave her the Sharon Bone.
Deadly...
Blessing.
No. Yes, Deadly Blessing. Where was I going with that? Anyway,
Deadly Sprinting.
we've not done RoboCop, and I want to tell you guys why I've not done it.
We almost did.
I think RoboCop should go to a thrash band.
Yeah. It's 80s.
It just seems like it should go to a thrash band.
It's a pinnacle
now, when we
80s
have
film.
a thrash band that I feel like it fits to, then...
You know who I'd be half tempted to give it to if they did our podcast? Overkill.
Yeah.
I'd give them RoboCop. That sounds fitting. Because they do all that. Ew, there you can see the stain.
Scream Factory Enter to Win
Hey, look.
contest. Yeah, I
Look
already
at
have
that.
all this stuff.
Looks like a fucking cat butt. It's like inside her armpit. It's like...
It's a vagina in her thing.
It's a vagina. It's fucking gross. It looks like a cat butt.
Scream Factory, I don't care about your fucking
Oh,
butt crack, the movie. Jackals, rated R.
this Wednesday is when they're going to have that society stuff. Cavity Colors.
Great movie.
They're about to have
maybe I
Maniac
should have
Cop.
given that what we were going to initially do, but I don't know. It still just doesn't seem like the guest fit. This seems perfect for Matt.
Yeah, Emil is that guy. It's like from RoboCop. I'm totally buying one of those T-shirts if they don't sell out. I feel like that's a weird one where people are like, "That's weird," which is exactly why I'm going to buy it because it's just him melting on the shirt. There's not even like a logo or a RoboCop, nothing. It's just like, oh, she got the doctor guy, so now he's infected. Because he was fucking observing her orifice.
Arrows the Slayer is something.
You just missed it. I look like a fucking larvae.
Arrows the Slayer is something that you guys, if you're true hardcore horror fans,
That's a collector's thing for sure. You gotta have that.
it's something that you definitely want to look into.
It's my internet being a sack.
Although it doesn't come out for another week over here, but
What's some of the adult films, or at least the Marilyn Chambers? Let's hear some of her.
I don't do real well looking that stuff up on here. I'm going to try, but
Shit. But yeah, I know Cavity Colors has been teasing Maniac Cop stuff too, so I guess that'll be in like a week or two. Of course, everybody's still on this Eclipse stuff. That's the other weird thing.
yeah, that was It almost makes you wonder if like humanity restarted today or something.
Or it's just in tune with what's going on, you know. Can never really tell. Ew.
What, my hot egg fart? Because I've let
Yeah,
another
that
one.
too, but this fucking dude's just eating like raw meat.
I've let another hot egg.
Dude's eating his own eyeball. There we go. It's like some fucking mad hobo shit. There you go. Get the arm crunch. Now everybody is starting to go batshit. And this doctor's about to unfold here. You know what's fun is looking up people's garbage pictures on the internet of the Eclipse. It just looks like they fucking drew it with a Sharpie on a fucking bathroom stall. It's like, why'd you take a picture of that? Can you just see it and enjoy it? It's like, nope, I gotta take a picture of everything I do. Hey, everybody I know has a picture of it. And none of them look good.
Well, remember, it's today, and I saw this on the local news here in Florida. It said "Great American Escape." That's awesome. Oh my god. Just hit play on that. It's real quick.
Okay. And you get much more out of your Eclipse glasses than you bargained for. It's fucking They Live. That's the shit. Good job, Cavity Colors, on that one.
Love They Live. One of the best John Carpenter movies. If you guys have never seen They Live, it's definitely worth watching.
It's more than worth watching. It's an essential. Oh, here we go. Look, here's some finger stabbing. Oh, nasty.
Okay, now I'm gonna ask Corey.
Yes, got some finger sucking. Don't see that too much. I mean, in Marilyn Chambers movies, you see a lot of finger sucking, but that was like finger blood sucking. Now he's straight up doing a rear naked choke, neck bite.
Rear naked choke.
That's what he was doing. So this is where shit's hit the fan in this film, and it's only... Well, let me get a counter on this. After all this time, I'm still not used to PlayStation. Just gotta... So I don't want to fuck anything up. Where's my counter? No. God damn it. I don't know how to pull up a fucking counter on here where it shows me the time.
No idea. I think it's the D-pad.
There it is.
Sorry, it took me a minute.
32 minutes, 9 seconds, but I totally skip stuff to get back to here. Or he's like, look, it's a Potato Man, or some shit.
Oh, did you fast forward it?
Yeah. It's alright, this is... God damn it.
I started the movie.
I don't know how to get it to fucking stop. It doesn't, it's just like, keep going.
We went from Xbox to PlayStation, which was a huge upgrade for me and Corey personally, but... Oh, shit. There's the Hellraiser stuff. Holy fucking shit. It's all Hellraiser 3 stuff, too.
Oh, they have the whole thing?
Oh, my God.
They showed a sneak peek of one of them. Do they have all of it up?
Yes. Let me share it and you can...
Okay, sorry guys.
That one is fucking bought.
We're going back and forth. I'm going to go back to the blood-sucking part here. Here we go. Here I come with a belly full of rocks. So now we're on 38 minutes. Nope.
That one right there is bought.
That looks almost like mine that I have, except it's better because it's Hellraiser 3.
Yours is Hellraiser 3.
Yeah, but this one he's got the box and shit too. The one I have, he's just kind of...
It's still Hellraiser 3 though.
Yeah.
I think they're cool, man. Those are cool shirts.
I'm going to buy that one too.
Which one?
That same one.
Yeah, it's sick.
I don't know, I just like that one. That one's kind of cooler.
The straight up one with him with the box is nasty. The black and red one.
Mm-hmm. Any shirt with Hellraiser on it, you're good to go. Let's see. Look up.
They also have a black baseball T-shirt, and
okay, Thursday, August 24th. So this Thursday, there's a sneak peek of that.
Oh yeah, I'm all about that.
Cavity Color Society.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Society's good shit. Let me see the Fright Rags. I'm sure they have it. Oh, that's pretty cool.
I'm going to reach out to fans here with this. If we ever have anybody listening to us and you come across some Fright Rags Phantasm shirts, feel free to email me directly. Message me directly, kids, because I'm interested in buying them from you.
I know they're out there.
Oh, they are, and it chaps my ass. There's a goddamn Lord of the Dead shirt that I fucking want.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but over the past year, I love Phantasm 3.
It's great.
I love that movie. And I really love Part 1. Watching Part 1 with you was fantastic. And I want to also announce to everybody that Corey and I will be at a horror fest in Florida, and we're going to be going to see Suspiria. And I was
just like
they can have my $20 or whatever they want for it. I don't care. I'm going to see it. And where they're having it at, we can buy beer and stuff. So I'm going to get drunk.
Yeah, it's a beer theater.
So and Wheelchair Fucker's going to drive us, so he's going to chunk up the cash so we can get loaded.
Yep, there we go.
And then I'll have him drop us some word for eats after we get drunk.
It'll be a Taco Beezy or a...
If y'all haven't realized this yet,
McBeezy.
I want to be more clear about Wheelchair Fucker. Wheelchair Fucker is actually my chauffeur. He's my Alfred to as I'm his Batman. But yeah.
He's also Mr. Fox sometimes. Actually, I'm more than Mr. Fox because I have the technology stuff.
True.
Hand you with the tools. I got the tools.
But yeah, so Suspiria in theaters, kids, at a horror convention coming to your town.
If not, they're also in certain cities. There's only a few of them, but they're showing the never before released Italian uncut version right now. Maybe it's in October. They're showing in a few cities in the U.S.
Speaking of of those films, let's hop on over while I'm on a roll here with this and see what our friends over at Synapse are up to.
I always check on them, but I think they're still gone until today. Maybe they got back, or it's supposed to be late August. They were going to come back and do some announcements, maybe.
Whoa. Here is the current listings for our 4K restoration of Suspiria.
Oh, shit, really?
Yep.
Hey, the one day I don't go look and check them out, they finally put the Suspiria shit up.
Yep, this is from 4 hours ago and put it on a page. Yesterday they put up, for those who missed yesterday's news on the 4K restoration of Suspiria, it's now available theatrical bookings.
So this is on their Facebook, they put it up.
Correct.
So you always check their website under the...
Snaps returns to Horror Hunt Weekend in Indianapolis, where we'll have a popcorn phenomena, Demons 1 and 2, pretty much every other entire Snaps catalog for sale. However, the steelbooks are gone. Wish we knew that.
It's available for theatrical booking in 4K from 20th Century Fox and Criterion Pictures in North America only. If you want to see our Suspiria restoration in 4K in your area, please ask your local theater to book it from Fox or Criterion, which is probably what our city's been waiting on doing. We hope you have...
It's already done. They've already booked it. I know that. I'm just waiting to hear when we actually... I need a goddamn date. You know what I'm saying on this motherfucker? I need a date.
Yeah.
I need a date on this bitch.
And if you want Phenomena, the 2-disc Blu-ray, not the Steelbook, is 37% off on Amazon on September 12th.
Yeah, you don't get a soundtrack and you're fucked. But.
Yep.
But yeah, I think
and
that
says no release date until the disc is 100% finished. So the actual content they're pumping out for Suspiria.
I know we're getting a soundtrack.
Done. Oh, we have to. Yeah. Look at that shit. That doctor.
And I want to ask. I want to ask Corey something here because I don't know if you guys are confused by this. But I don't understand it. Why do we not get interviews? But then somebody we want to have interviewed goes on Ask Me Anything Reddit. What is that? What the fuck is that?
Reddit.
What is that?
Reddit is a forum, like an online forum.
Well, it's gay.
It's like a.
It's fucking stupid.
It's a written thing. It's not like a.
Well, it's fucking dumb.
Oh.
You would go on that, and you sit there and tell us you're coming on our thing, and you fucking don't do it. And
he never said he would come on. But.
Yeah, he told me he would.
Oh.
Yes, he did. I'm going to leave that nameless, kids, out of professional courtesy.
I was going to say, as another professional courtesy, I'm not going to say who it is or who the person that I saw that said that. One of his ex-band members recently came on and defended himself because apparently he said some shitty things about an ex-band member on that interview. And it pissed off the ex-band member on Facebook who I'm friends with, who is in a band that we like, that we've interviewed fairly recently.
Who?
Well, I can't say on here. But we'll just have to talk about it later. But
can I ask you a question? Just if you can. Is it CL?
Huh?
It's somebody we've had on?
Not the person, but he's in the band that we've had on. That's what I'm saying.
The person I just showed you
Yeah.
in that interview trashed somebody that we've had on.
Somebody that's in a band that we've had on. That used to be in his band.
Were they mad at him?
No, he just was kind of defending himself because he said some shit about him, like Oh no, he just said something really shitty about him on the interview.
Do you know if he trashed W from M on that interview? You know what I just said?
No. Yes.
He didn't?
No. Because I'm not friends with him. I'm not friends with him on Facebook, so no.
I am, but I was curious if that's where you were going with that. But.
No.
I mean, he's never said a goddamn word to me, but whatever.
Let me see if it's still up.
Who the hell is Elizabeth, Tennessee? Who the fuck is that?
No idea.
They're always liking her stuff, Elizabeth, Tennessee, but yet she lives in like fucking Norway.
I don't know who that is.
Anyway.
I'm trying to find it, but... Maybe he took it down because he got too much heat. I don't know.
Who, Jay from I took it down? Or you're saying the guy he trashed took it down?
Yeah. So I'm not seeing it.
Well, the guy I was going to guess is somebody we've never had on, so I guess I could say who that was, but it doesn't matter. I'm not going to. We try to keep it professional, kids. I'm not very good at that sometimes because I have a really bad temper.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, but the other guy...
No shit. So he was like, motherfucker.
Well, the guy that posted about it...
Did RD say anything about... Were they trashing... Dude, were they trashing just them in general? Oh, he used to be in that band.
Yeah, and
I never knew that.
And he was saying stuff like... I don't even remember because it's not up anymore for me to look at, but... He was just trashing him on that interview, like, openly, and, you know... He just was defending himself on the internet, so, you know, that stuff happens between band members, you know, they're not... I guess they weren't...
I never knew he was from that band.
Yeah. Totally.
Well, you know, I'll say this about the current band he's in, and nobody will have any idea what we're talking about, but it'll at least let you and I wrap this up so we can continue on this podcast, but I think RD is the shit.
Who?
I know that.
Oh, yeah.
RD is the shit. That's the goddamn man right there. That guy's nasty. Nasty. One of my top 10 death metal vocalists, honestly, ever. So, but yeah, I know he wasn't the one they were mentioning, but I don't know. I guess this shit happens, man. People fucking napalm, and you guys can listen to some of our interviews, like the Mike Smith interview or the shit. I can't think of your name right now. Anyway, the Mike Smith interview is a good example of folks not getting along that were former band members. Of course, I'd be mad too, but anyway. Great interview, the Mike Smith interview. Another one you guys might want to check out that Corey and I are very proud of is the Monstrosity interview that we did with Lee Harrison. And that's a very bold and uncensored interview. And we've got some other stuff that we haven't put up that we probably should have. I did a Decrepit Birth interview earlier this year. Matt, the guitarist, was an absolute gentleman. Bill was rough around the edges, and that's me being nice about it. And we'll get it up eventually. We just haven't got to it yet. We probably should have done that one today, but Matt Olivo was such a badass motherfucker. I wanted to put it up here for him. And we've got Rabbit Free Matt, and I hope you enjoy it. And hopefully we can get this on your page and all that good stuff. Because sometimes kids, if we can't get it shared, then nobody knows it exists. Like the wonderful Goat Whore interview that I did, which I'm very goddamn proud of.
Yeah, that's great. And
it never went anywhere because we got sodomized somewhere, and I can't say why for legal reasons, but whatever. We got fucked, and it wasn't by the band. So, Goat Whore's new album's out now, and you should check it out. And they're one of my favorite bands, if not my favorite band. I love them. I don't know why.
And you can catch them on tour in October
with us. We will be in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm announcing this free. Come say hi to Corey and ask where the doctor is, and I'll put my medical gear on and I'll come take a picture with you, and we'll hang out and drink beer and whatever you want to do. And nobody will probably do that because all our fans are in Europe. But hey, we're working on getting to Europe, kids. We're working on it eventually. I hope someday we can do that. Although we'll be without Tootie Bear because he doesn't get on a plane. He's like Mr. T. He just doesn't travel like that.
But
Mr. T and the A-Team, B.A. Brock.
Yeah, you can catch Goat Whore with Toxic Holocaust and Venom Inc., who are future guests on the podcast.
And speaking of which, one of the Toxic Holocaust guys actually mixed the Expulsion album.
Yeah.
I believe it was the singer.
Which is awesome.
I don't know a lot about those guys, but I'm cool with it, man. I mean, Matt sounded like he said he was a cool dude, so it's cool. Whatever. I love his mixing work, because that album's fucking sick. Expulsion has shirts now available, kids. So.
And hopefully we'll see more of Matt Olivo on that stuff.
And we're going to share this right now for Matt.
Joel Grind, that's...
yeah, it was Joel. Yeah, it was. So, Joel, hopefully we can grab a beer with you if you're cool. And
yeah, great work on that.
Definitely going to try to grab Sammy again if we can get that hooked up. I don't know if you've asked about that or not, or... We will.
I got Ben's number, I'll just ask him.
Oh, yeah, we'll just do that. So we'll probably have Goat Whore back on for you guys, and we'll let Corey say hi to the guys. I'm actually going to probably let Corey do that interview, because... Corey would rather not interview the Venom guys with me, so we're not going to... I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding. We're going to go talk to those bad motherfuckers. Venom on this podcast, kids. You guys should be excited.
Not Kronos,
not that bullshit. And Kronos is an original member. We've got 2 original members for you.
The actual founder, one of the founders.
The goddamn guitarist and the fucking drummer that are on everything.
Yep.
Classic. Everything.
And if you haven't heard...
Everything.
Ave or whatever, that new record is fucking awesome.
It is. It's really good. It's also like $9 on Amazon right now.
It's got a great pace
because
to it.
FYE didn't get it, neither did Best Buy, so if it says it's there, it's not.
It's weird. It's a very, Swedish sounding record. Actually, it's a very German sounding record. But they're totally not German. They're, English. But the tone and, the furiosity of that record, it's definitely different. It sounds very satanic, but not what Venom was trying to do. It sounds like... I know it's not German, but it sounds like Satyricon kind of stuff, very just riff oriented, just in your face kind of riffs. It's just very powerful. Almost reminds me of that Dennis Sherman record that came out, but not with the annoying singer.
Yeah, fucking Mantis and Abaddon are going to be on this motherfucking podcast.
That's awesome.
That's the original guitarist and the original drummer. If you don't like that, cool. I can't do much more for you than that. And it's also the return of Corey Gorecross at that show as well. And
return of the tour,
And here's the thing: if you like Kronos Venom, like the stuff he puts out now, then you're a fruit. You're a fruit.
I liked him in the band, but I don't like.
Sure, but the stuff he puts out is good.
I don't like him in
dog shit.
Whatever Venom is now.
It's dog shit. Yeah. It's dog shit. And then they don't knock him. I will knock him. It's dog shit.
Yeah.
If you're not actually playing with Mantis and Aladdin's Disney. Anyway, if you're not playing with the 2 original cats, then I'm not interested in your dumbass band. He is. He's Robin Williams.
Yeah.
He's not dead. He's in Venom. What have I forgot to put on here today?
Well, now she's going to get this fucking nerdy bitch with her armpit. On laundry day.
Are we picking your wife up?
She hasn't said anything yet.
It's fun.
I'm going to say no. Mrs. Gorechrist is having a drunken eclipse excursion right now, so...
Speaking of funny eclipse photo, I think I have one that's going to have to go on the page right here, because it's pretty damn funny. I'm putting that on the page. It's fucking funny.
So what was it besides the Motorhead thing that came out today? There was another thing.
Motorhead.
There was another thing, though, I thought.
Motorhead.
It was weird. Was that it?
Unless I posted something else that I don't fucking remember. Oh, yeah, Dirty Dancing.
Was that it?
Yeah, but I didn't put that on the page.
You should, just to be weird. The people
I had the time of Tootie's life, and Tootie's never felt that way before. Yes, he swears it's the truth. When you leave, I'll drop a poot. Anyway. And yes, I know that because I'm not a fanboy of it, because I was brainwashed by the fucking radio station, which is a thing that music comes out of that people don't know what it is anymore nowadays. But yeah, it's this thing that you tuned into and it played music and it would repeat itself. Anyway.
Every 10 minutes it plays the same one song.
That's funny.
Oh, yeah.
It says, don't be like Jason. Wear your sunglasses. But yeah, you know, I mean, there's a lot of folks that probably don't like, or don't want to give that Venom Inc. thing a chance. It's actually really good, you know. So anyway, we're happy to have him on the podcast. It's a fucking honor, and I'm welcoming him right now with Corey, and welcome Venom Inc. to the Phantasm Podcast this fall. It's been a lot of hard work.
Be on the lookout, folks, while Marilyn Chambers is in the Whack-Off Theater here. It's not really a Whack-Off Theater, but she's looking forward to this fucking balding fucking pig hole to...
Okay, here's a true story. She did a porno called Behind the Green Door, okay?
This one's inside my red armpit.
Now, we're going to talk about Behind the Green Door real quick. When I was little, this is a true story. It's one of my first masturbation memories. It's almost close to fall, so it's time for a masturbation story from Dr. Vincent West.
And just be sure, this winter, Phantasm Records has their first debut album coming out, and it's called Masturbation Memories.
Yeah. So, Behind the Green Door was on. And I had a bunch of friends over, and what it is Marilyn Chamber goes behind the green door, and it's so fucking funny. This black man comes out. This black dude with like an afro comes out with this giant black dick, and he's torn his like tights where his dong's hanging out of his pantyhose tights, and she fucking throats it, takes it in her buns, and then she gets fucking gangbanged by like all these black dudes. And I remember as a young Dr. West spilling enough seed to repopulate the planet over that scene. So Marilyn Chambers, I love you. Happy to buy your horror movie.
Thanks for all the wackies.
Yeah, thanks for one of my first sack empties. Because it's one of those where you couldn't do anything because all your friends are there and they thought it'd be funny to watch a porno. Then everybody goes to sleep and then I get up and whack it. You're spilling your demon seed late at night. But anyway, yeah. So whatever, it was awesome. But
you know what, guys? Just want to say a few things about the state of our country, and I think Matt Olivo like this. You know, I like the new Expulsion. I feel is very political. And look at the sorry, the orifice just split open. It looks like a cat butt. He's trying to. He's like that has a stinger like on it. It's like a.
I see what you're saying now.
It's nasty.
Party swappers. That's what I'm trying to get into.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen, though, because I think it's a dude. Anyway.
And party swappers. That's what she just did. Had a little party swapper.
She did a thorn swapper.
Look, there he is in the... he's still just sitting in the fucking... theater, just like laid over. It's fucking gross.
Now, when she attacks them, so they turn into a monster?
Well, they turn rabid, they want. Because she has to sting people because she like craves their like blood or something. So when they wake up, they crave other people's
Is she
blood.
not hot, though? And you know Cronenberg fucking whacked it to her movies. That's why he had her in this.
Oh, I'm sure.
You know he was fucking stroking his beat. There's a Carrie poster.
Yeah. Was
Carrie 77? No, it's earlier than that. It's like 76 or something.
6.
There's some hard nipples.
She's had hard nips the whole movie, but it's just still gross. Because she's also got a hard stinger.
I always had a hard stinger when I watched her naked. I did. I wanted to fucking bury my face in her fucking buns. Because she was such a fucking tramp.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, man, and it's the truth, and I don't know how many people are honest with themselves about this, but I love me a trashy woman. Nothing nuts harder than a slut.
We were talking about that earlier. It's like you got all these controlling dudes, and if you guys are listening to this and you're one of those, just leave your girlfriend alone or women alone.
Yeah, man.
Don't. In the age of 2017, you shouldn't be slut shaming or anything. Let women fuck whatever they want. unless they're married, they don't have a legal obligation to be around you. So,
and even if you are married to him, maybe it wasn't.
Yeah,
there
it sucks to get cheated on or whatever. Like, that's different. You could be like fucking whore or whatever. But if you're single and the girl's single and she just like porks some dude and then she's like, hey, what are you up to? It's like, don't you want to be next? Like, you're in line, buddy. Fucking go get it. You need to complain that she just fucked someone else. You're not the only dude on the planet. And if you were, she probably wouldn't fuck you to repopulate the earth anyway. So you're lucky you're getting a shake at it once. So,
you know, in my experience, I feel like the only way that
I think it's hot. It's like, yeah, you fucking slut.
I think the only way that I think the only way personally that I've ever had a lot of success with sex with women is paying for it.
Yeah, and they're not. Oh,
I mean,
would you pay for that?
Wheelchair, no. Wheelchair, she's fucking wheelchair fucker doesn't, you know, pay for sex, but
there's some nice cannibalism.
But he fucking, you know.
Oh, did the Mike Tyson bit of zero?
He does really dumb shit, you know. He sleeps with these fucking El Chuncos.
Yeah, but they're also.
Now, what's the
El
term again?
Grosso.
Flying Ochado? Flying Chado.
No, flying for Chado.
Is it flying for Chado?
Yeah.
I'm going to ask Mrs. Gorecruston if she has a friend that will give me a flying for Chado.
Which, if you look it up on...
Because she won't know, will she? She's
Urban
like, what the hell are you
Dictionary.
talking about?
A flying for Chado is an over-the-pants hand job.
Yeah. By the way, this is what I saw on that video. He was doing the...
So he was like standing there, not facing him. So
it was the double stroke, and the guy receiving the stroke was just like sticking it out there like a wand, like Harry Potter. So
the doctor was telling me a story about a few years ago where it was just a whole nightmare scenario where
you can tell if you want to go to the bathroom.
This guy that we knew, actually, how the doctor and I met at this, you know, used record store, you know, comic store, bookstore, whatever. The guy that I knew that, you know, ooh, that's a nice little stabbing there. Right in the leg. There we go. Some nice blood. The film's not very gory. It's very bloody, but it's very tasteful. There's a lot of penetration going on, and it's, for once, Marilyn Chambers is not getting penetrated. She's doing the penetrating. But anyway, the guy that I knew that I met the doctor through, he was like stuffing CDs in his pants and like found out he's like some fucking thief at this record store, and this is all from video footage because the doctor knows the guys that work at this place, and he saw the video footage because they thought it was funny, but honestly it's very disturbing. The doctor's still disturbed to this day of this horrific found footage of these two guys, one of them which he knew. They were in the
I worked with the guy.
They were in the middle of one of an ex-coworker.
Flying for Chado.
They were in one of the
Flying Pachado? Machacho? What is it?
Flying for Chado.
He was in the middle of performing a flying frusciato on himself and the other man.
There was two guys. Well, this was, the guy was upstairs putting fucking discount CDs in his pants, and these other guys were downstairs in the middle of the fucking arts and crafts home cooking section of the books, and they were over the pants whacking off.
Actually, to be honest with you, they actually weren't in the home. They were actually in the kids' books, which is even more fucked up.
Are you serious?
Yes, I'm not making that up.
And you said this wasn't the first time they saw them initially do it, and they knew they were doing it.
Well, he had a different. It was always Paul. He was always in there after some balls, but he was in there.
Paul's balls.
He was in there. He was ready to stroke another dick. So I guess they would talk in there, and they would do the flying frusciato.
So they built like a case on him where he would go in and like over the pants whack it, and then
it was rub and pull.
The rub and tug.
It was the flying frusciato, whatever the hell it's called. It's the same thing.
Flying burrito.
If he had done it today, it was the fucking Eclipse hand job.
Yeah.
But yeah, he did. He totally did that, and I never knew that. I didn't know he was like a closet case and Well, it's whatever. I don't care if somebody's gay or whatever, but it was like...
Oh, there you go. She's straight up nude.
He would go into a
You're missing the nudity
fucking... Oh, wow. I mean, I've seen all this shit before.
I know, but it's tits.
Do you not think she's attractive?
She is. She's got kind of...
I think Cronenberg fucked her. Was she Canadian?
That I don't know. Probably. Usually he tried to keep it Canada. He went down to Ivan Reitman. This one.
Here you go. We'll just mix this whole movie up real quick. John Candy in RABID. He's a Santa Claus that eats people.
She died in 2009. That's crazy.
The print of this is beautiful.
She's from Rhode Island.
Same as our boys in Vital Remains.
Damn right. Shout out to Vital Remains.
Thank you, Brian, for our first interview. Even though I know you're not a member, or people are trying to be a stickler, but we did try to get Tony on, but he was being weird. So maybe next time.
He's not having a good day. So.
Big T. And wherever you're at, I can't think of his name. I want to wish you the best too. I can't think of his fucking name. Not Tim Young, but the other founding member of that band. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. There's Big Tony, and then there's... God, what is his name? That's going to drive me fucking crazy. Asian dude.
Tim Young.
No, the other Asian dude that was in the band. This guy was actually an original member. The guy played drums on To Christian Eyes, the guy I'm talking about. But he was a guitarist. Suzuki, Dave Suzuki. Dave Suzuki, I don't know where you're at, buddy. You were a badass. And you didn't have me on Facebook. I appreciate it. I got rockstar just like I did by the guy from Slaughterhouse that played Buddy. That prick never added me. So everybody look up Buddy.
Like FedEx.
Everybody look up Buddy from fucking Slaughterhouse and send that fat prick a fucking friend request. Tell him the doctor sent you.
In the name of
Chris Barnes, and tell him his fat ass should add you, and tell him to add the doctor, that fat prick. He's a fat slut. He is.
But anyway, I've gotten in a lot of arguments with people lately, and I want it to end up like this. I just want to fucking foam green at the mouth and eat them, just for the hell of it, to freak them out. They're actually pretty scary in this movie, because they're not zombies, they're just being gross.
It does look like the makeup kind of from Dawn, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, but it's actually creepier, because Dawn, they were like all white faces.
No, but what I mean is I think Savini may have borrowed something from this.
I think the added green in the eyes were fucking creepy. It's just like...
Santa's dead.
Yeah. Shot him in front of children, which is pretty brutal. And there she is.
Thank you, Scream Factory, for Silent Night, Deadly Night that's coming out. It's fucking bought. I don't care how much.
Finally have a collector's edition coming out of that movie.
Oh, I love that fucking movie. The TV version is included in it.
It's amazing.
As well as an unrated version and the R version. It's 2 Blu-rays.
Awesome.
No DVD.
See, now that you guys did that, I'm going to go ahead and buy Black Christmas, and then, I'll have a whole little Christmas thing going and have, because I always watch Silent Night.
Black Christmas is cool, but I mean, Silent Night, Deadly Night.
That's one of the best slasher films where you can watch that all year.
It is. It's so good. Did we do that on here?
We did that for Tobias, yeah.
Yeah, we should have done that. He's a douche. Fun. We shouldn't have done that. Whatever, I don't care. We shouldn't have done that for him. Whatever, it's too good of a movie. He should have got like Leprechaun 8 or fucking Puppet Master 10.
But hey, it was.
I meant to tell you this. I bought a DVD box set of all the Puppet Master movies, so we can now give people Puppet Master films when they are mean to us.
That's actually what we should do. We should just get. I'm telling you,
I already bought it. I'm not lying to you. It was $22 for a Puppet Master set.
Guys, look, not everything is. Rainbows and unicorns here at Phantasm. Sometimes we have guests that are really rude and shitty, and we edit it to put them up properly because, we want to make the labels that don't pay us happy. And
what was that foreign prick we had on here? It's been long enough now we can trash his ass.
Heck, give us the time of day.
What was that cocksucker's name?
Who?
All right, now hurry up! Hurry up!
Oh, Blood Red Throne? Yeah.
Yeah, big, such a horrible waste that we didn't have those cocksuckers on again.
Yeah.
The band was nice, but their fucking Israeli fucking terrorist fucking guitar player was a fucking dickhole to us through that whole fucking interview. He was a fucking dirty wet fart through that whole fucking thing. He was fucking vaginal sewage. He was like fucking that whole fucking thing. All right, now hurry up. We must practice and eat galosh. I was like, you're a fucking shit stain, you fucking turd. That guy was a fucking prick. He was. That guy was a fucking prick. He was. We were being so nice, and we set that up ourselves. And you know what? I'm sorry. Well, fuck that band. I mean, those guys were like trying to talk to us and stuff, and that fucking terrorist kept fucking rushing us through every fucking thing.
Fucking Serbian.
That fucking Taliban fuck. He did through that whole thing. All right, next question. All right, I have to go give my daughter sweet tarts from America, of course. It's like you're a fucking asshole. You sound like a Bond villain. like a fucking Bond villain needs to be thrown off of like a fucking twin tower, but not the one in New York.
Blood red drone.
God. I'll tell you what, they damn sure didn't deserve Chopping Mall.
No, I don't know what possessed me to do that.
That was both of us. I was a fucking idiot. I'm like, okay. But I mean...
It was worth it because we just talked shit the whole thing. That movie's fun.
It is fun. But yeah, and that's a good example.
And guys,
I'm not here to just trash everything, but it's like, you know.
Guys, when at the right moment, we will release that episode.
You've never put that out, have you?
I haven't. It's ready to go. I just haven't done it. Because I want to put out Chopping Mall. I love that fucking movie. It's not a waste though. That movie, that whole thing, we are bonkers in that.
By the way, I was told by someone recently that listens to us, our best episode, and I don't remember who the fucking guest was when we did the... he seriously... And, you called this one when we did it. You said it was hilarious. But the... oh, God, I'm going to have to look for it. I can't look for it. You got too much shit. Why can't I think of it? The twins that kill... There's two of them. One's the one that escaped from prison, even though he didn't kill anybody.
Oh, Blood Rage, yeah.
He said that the end
that was
of
Matty Way. Shout out to Matty Way.
Well, okay.
And for you guys listening, Matty Way's now also a repeat offender, so we'll have that up for you guys as
God, I forgot
as soon
we
as
got that
possible.
one to put up too.
Yeah, love Matty Way. He's
always
treated us well. He's
great guy.
Just a class act.
He was saying that episode
one of the nastiest vocalists in death metal. If you guys
made him pee himself.
Liturgy or any of that stuff, which apparently actually I think that guy from Brodequin's in that now. And also Cinerary. How am I saying that? Cinerary. So both of Matty's bands, he's going to be doing both of those with him, I guess.
He's in Brodequin?
That guy, one of the guys from Brodequin, is now in Cinerary and Liturgy.
Oh, okay, with Matty, that's cool.
Yeah. So, for
I
the
don't go over like
fans...
That'll go over like a fart in church because of the doctor, but whatever.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I just know, I know people somehow are fans of that band, so, that's cool, whatever. Be on the lookout for that stuff, man, because of Matty, because Matty's the shit.
He is. As far as Brodequin, I'd rather lick my own asshole out.
But
without whopping. But yeah. Just keeping it real, kids.
But we'll have the Blood Red Drone episode up eventually.
Anyway, that Serbian, he was like fucking, that fucking.
But look, where I was getting at.
Goddamn Mapu Gustafa. Fucking.
And I'm gonna let you guys.
I'm gonna let you lick the old. You're going to hurry up.
I'm gonna let you guys in on the little secret here. We were gonna keep it as a code for us in the Doctor, but I think you fans should know how we operate here at Phantasm, because we're over 50 episodes. You guys know how we operate, and we're not gonna not speak our minds, because metal is all about being yourself and who you really are, and I don't think we should sugarcoat anything or keep a thong tight up our fucking rear ends. I think we should be able to say what we want to say.
We do. I know I do.
In the respect of everybody that has treated us right, I'm not going to say anything wrong about anybody. But if we're being disrespected by people, there's no reason we should give out respect. And I know that's a professional thing to do, and we are very professional with what we do and who we handle and who we deal with, but the barrier's already broken. If you're a complete asshole, the professionalism from us is off the table, because you're spitting in our face. There's no reason for us to just wipe your ass or pet you on the nutsack. You're giving us the opportunity to say, hey, well, you know what? Fuck you, pal. So here's our proposition. And Blood Red Dong is the only people that got chopping mall because the rest of the band was super nice, so they got a good film because hopefully they all butt fucked and got over it or whatever they did, or the other band members, maybe they beat him up because he's a R-tard, I don't know. But this is going to be our new status quo here at Phantasm. Any of our rude guests that we have on that's a complete fucking shithead, they're getting what we like to call the Charles Band treatment, where they just get a fucking full moon film. And they're not getting anything good. They're not getting Scream Factory. They're not getting Universal. They're not getting Arrow. They're not getting Severin or Vinegar Syndrome or Code Red or Kino Lover or even Scorpion or Synapse. They're getting Full Moon Inc. fucking Charles Band flicks. And I'm not talking about like the decent ones like Tourist Trap or the first couple Puppet Masters. No. Or even Castle Freak. They're getting like Ginger Dead Man 3 or they're getting fucking Evil Bong 2 or they're getting Puppet Master 7, the Trump of Evil, They get like the $4 Charles Band movies, like the Charles Band movies that come in like 12 packs at Ingles. That's what you guys get.
Or if we're really mad at you, it goes up raw.
Yeah, we'll just put it on SoundCloud. And you know what? And I've had a couple people where I've gone and protected, and I've actually cut out where they were an asshole. I'm not doing that anymore. If you are an asshole guest on this podcast, and it's something that the doctor and I did not provoke you to do, which I don't know how we can just be like, hey, can you be an asshole real quick? Sure, you think you're rock stars. I'm not, and there's some rocking Marilyn Chambers tits. There you go. I didn't even do the Mr. Skinless, but you know what? I mean, you can just go watch her actual movie. She doesn't count because she's a porn star, so you can actually go watch her full nude taking black dicks if you just look her up. So
and come like I did with a ball cut.
Mr. Skinless here reporting on Scream Factory print of RABID. 1 hour, and I would say it's about 15 minutes. You can see Marilyn Chambers nude, but you can also see her getting absolutely fucking pussy pounded in any of her other films. So you can actually see her in action, in real action, and not softcore.
Do me a favor.
But anyway, look, here's speaking of, there's a butt shot there. It goes right up through his mouth. There's some nasty fucking creatures in this.
Question for you: what is a guest that you can name that you had to edit because they were shitty to us? Let's give one that you don't give a fuck about, just like I threw.
This one was very sad because it was somebody I looked up to. I've always wanted to meet at a convention. I looked up to as a kid. They were my favorite character in the film, and now the film is kind of ruined because the other day this movie was like an anniversary, and I was like, I'm not going to watch that because that dude was a fucking cocksucker. But Miguel Nunez Jr. from Return of the Living Dead.
Joanna Man.
Yeah, Marijuana Man from Return of the Living Dead. He was known as Spider in Return of the Living Dead. Great character. That was one of the first films that was like the first film he did. And then
have we ever put that up?
Yeah, oh yeah.
But you edited the shit out of it, didn't you?
Yeah, because the whole time he was really just going, hold on. Okay. He was like getting ready to go to some like conference or some shit, and it's cool he made the time to do it, but it's like he shouldn't have even done it. He should have just been like, you know what, guys?
We couldn't even get a question in.
He was with his wife, and his wife was like putting on his fucking bib so they can go out to the Bellagio. Like, I don't know what they were doing. He was like, I think he was in like a hotel with his wife, and they were getting dressed.
Hold on.
And then
I'm back.
Like he had
hold on. I'm back.
Then he had some like limo pick him up or some shit, and then like in the middle of us, like he was just on his cell phone with us doing an interview, and he
wasn't mean to us. He was just a prick, kind of, because he just ignored us.
He was in the middle of too much shit, and he shouldn't have even done the episode, the interview. And it was cool that we got it and everything, and surprisingly, I'm actually still in contact with him sometimes. But I don't know.
Was that the worst one you think we've done?
I wouldn't say for me personally the worst, but that one was pretty bad.
What was your worst that we can talk about?
The Sid Haig one was the worst.
Shit Haig?
Yeah. It was just bad. And it wasn't his fault, it was my fault, because I was very unprepared. And,
you're listening to the Phantasm Podcast. Fodmrast.
But he's
Fanmrast and Schnottmast.
He was just very dry, and I think, I was inexperienced because that was the first interview I've done really on my own, and I didn't have any.
It's my fault.
No,
that interview was
I had stuff written down, and I was going off of it, but the questions I had, he wasn't. Oh, there she goes. Oh, looks like a penis.
Now, do me a favor. Talk about that twat that manages him, that threw us under the bus afterwards.
Yeah, so I don't know if Sid ran to the hills and just I'm sure a lot of these handlers, the managers, are like, so how was your interview with such and such? And then they tell him. He was probably like, he was very annoying, he was boring, and he didn't know what the hell he was talking about. So she was like, okay, well, I'm just not going to set him up with anything again, because, she promised me all these things, like,
Did you ever put it up?
Yeah, I had to. I wasn't going to waste my time with that, And people listen to it. It's just so bad. If
that
you didn't think I edited the shit out of
that episode is known as yeah.
It's like, so can you say can you sing the ABCs? Yeah. Okay, so sing the ABCs. Yeah. And he's a great person.
That episode was fucking hilarious. You played it for me raw, and it's like you just kept going, yeah. Weren't you in the A-Team? Yeah.
Yeah, it's very...
you were doing dueling yes.
It was very degrading for me because I was already nervous and I didn't really know what I was doing.
I think it was him, man. I mean, I thought you asked him good questions.
He was just so dry and just... He wouldn't really go into anything like our other guests would. It's like I had to pry out of him to get a fucking anything but a yeah.
You know why, don't you? I mean, he did that interview. He missed fucking nap time at his home.
I guess. He missed Checkers and
that's funny.
Joy Behar. I mean, whatever. But, when you meet him in a convention setting, he's very nice. And he wasn't rude to me. I just don't think he expected me to be unprepared. I don't know what the deal was with it.
The worst interview...
Like, he didn't tell me to go fuck myself, which is the last thing we need. And I don't think anybody...
Steve Dash did.
Yeah, Steve Dash did, because he's a fucking queef that has to just go to conventions for fucking money because he's too old to be a stuntman anyway. I mean, these people are cashing in because their careers have been over since '82, and I get that, but don't tell me to fuck off. The bad thing about Steve Dash and about Tom Savini is I handed them fucking money first, and then they told me to go fuck myself.
Didn't you say some other people there were unprofessional too?
No, some people were just weird. Like, they just wouldn't...
I thought the sleepaway chick was weird.
Felicia Rhodes is cool. She's very humble. She's very sweet. But she's not very professional. Because I think she was just... the setting it's in, she was like, meet me at my table and we'll do it before the fans start coming in here. So I was at her table interviewing her. After I'd already been Rockstar, there had been like 2 other people like cut in front of me to meet her that were like VIP people. Then she was just giving them the time of day when she knew who I was and why I was there for business. And she allowed these other people, like, can I do this like Facebook Live video with you to tell my boyfriend that I'm here with you, or some bullshit. I don't know. There's always some other jerk off fan that shows up in front of me, and we're not getting paid to do what we do, but I'm being professional being there, and I'm scheduled to do what I'm supposed to do. I don't get press passes from the organizers, so I can go fucking put a finger up my ass while you get your fucking $5 movie poster you got off eBay signed. Like, I'm there to actually do something and provide for fans to listen to, and it's content. I'm not self-righteous or anything, but it's just kind of rude when I'm standing there talking and then you allow some other fan to show up and like be like, yeah, can I do some Facebook Live thing for 10 minutes? Whenever I said at a specific time I was going to show up and you said cool, and then you just allow all these other jerk-offs to show up like I'm not special or something.
Derek Roddy was a really bad interview.
That was really bad. He was just a fucking dumbass anyway. Like, he was just rambling on about dumb shit. He's like, I'm sorry, I can just talk about music all day.
This is stuff
but anyway, with that...
We've never put him up.
No, and the Felicia Rose thing was great, but the only problem was it wasn't in a setting that I'm used to, which is more of an intimate setting where it's just you and them, and they're talking personally. This was more out in the open where any asshole can just walk up.
She
and
should have
be like,
done
"Hey,
that. They
man."
should have been back somewhere where y'all could have done the interview.
I know, and I thought it was, and then I was.
Well, then that's not professional, and that's gay.
It is, and it makes
weak.
It makes me look unprofessional because I'm just sitting there with a fucking phone in my hand interviewing, and then these people can.
No, you're sitting there going.
Yeah, these people can just walk up and be like, "Hey, man," that's what the whole interview. These other people were showing up.
Is that why you never put it up?
Yeah, she's just like, "Hey," and then they start talking over me. And all this shit. It's like, these actors I have a lot of issues with usually anyway. That ruins the movies for me. And, really, they're already getting paid to be there, and I'm not getting paid. I actually lost money showing up to this thing, buying your autographs, so you can at least give me, 10 minutes of you not being around your drunk friends to do an interview for me. That's all I ask.
It's interesting to me. It seems like more so than musicians, these actors really still think they're valid.
Well, they're prima donnas. They all live in California, and they've been,
Yeah, but they're fucking has-beens, like fucking Sam Jones. What a fucking has-been. That guy's a fucking prick. He was a fucking asshole 2 years ago, walking around that fucking convention. It's like, nobody cares about your fucking bullshit, man. You're a fucking asswipe. I mean, the guy I was working for offered to give him something he wanted if he just took a picture with me, and he wouldn't do it because he was a fucking prick.
Yeah.
And I don't watch that movie anymore, and I don't fucking like it anymore. He's a fucking asswipe.
Because they want their
that
fucking
shit
money.
ruined shit, man. Same thing when I met Lee Majors. That guy was a fucking old prick. And I used to love $6 Million Man. That guy was a fucking asswipe.
Yeah.
So it's like, and it does ruin stuff, And you get people that act like that for absolutely no reason at all. There's no reason to act like. And I'm sorry, Ric Flair can be fucking cool to me, and I've got to fucking take shit off fucking, Lee Majors. It's like, fuck you old fuck. I mean, seriously, it's like William Shatner's fucking amazing to me.
Well, look,
fucking
guys, I'm sure
Captain
a lot of
Kirk. It's like, and then I have to fucking, I've got to eat a fucking shit sandwich from fucking whoever that's rude. You've met a lot more people than I have. I don't traditionally go and meet actors or directors because I find it to be unfulfilling and usually disappointing.
There we go. She finally gets her own. She gets fucking eaten. It's a fucking. That's what I do when I throw my tantrum after people are rude. It's fine. I'm gonna act professional as I can until I press the record button on this podcast, and then all bets are off because this is my fucking domain, and I'm the one that presses the button, and I can be professional around you. And you don't have to listen to this shit. And you know what? I don't have to put it up. It's just a waste of your time in reality. Because,
But there's no reason for people to be mean. That's...
Well, they don't realize they're being mean if they think they're being cool because they know all these people and stuff. It's like, obviously you do. You're in a fucking movie with all the, you're a movie star.
Here's your bad interview, and this is no fault of the band, was when we interviewed Terry and that other guy.
Oh god, that's another situation where it was not in an intimate setting because they didn't feel like fucking going on their bus or doing anything.
And even the people we were supposed to have, and I want to actually out them for this. We were supposed to have had Donald Hardy, and he rock starred me hard and did it the next day. He made us wait
by the venue to where we got cattle card like we were in Auschwitz.
Correct.
Oh, that's fucking brutal.
But yeah, that's a true story, and we got thrown in the fucking toilet bowl because of... I
threw Marilyn Chambers into a fucking...
But that's true. That's a true story. Wearing toxic waste suits or toxic medical suit things.
Produced with the financial assistance of the Canadian Film Development Corporation, the famous Players Film Company. Boom.
But yeah, that's a true story, kids. You sit there and you try to get stuff working and everything else, and when people are unprofessional like that, I want to out somebody right now that I think is literally the biggest tour manager prick I've ever met. And that was Black Dahlia Murder's tour manager, which told me that I had 30 minutes to an hour with them.
Was that not the Summer Slaughter tour manager?
No, he was their tour manager.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. For the tour. I don't know that he's always their tour manager. But whatever that prick did, and he threw me under the goddamn bus. It was like I literally had 15 minutes, and he said if it was a minute over, he was going to throw my ass out of the venue, and it ruined the day. I didn't watch any bands. I didn't hang out. I didn't. This was at 3 o'clock in the fucking afternoon, and it's like I didn't want to do any more I didn't want to watch the bands or enjoy. How can you enjoy yourself when you just got fucking humiliated in front of it before you start the interview?
Yeah. You know, I think is who knows. I mean, he still shouldn't. There's no reason why you can't be professional with every single person and not treat.
He honestly though, that's the worst tour manager that I've had to deal with. Nobody touches that because honestly, and I want to shout out to some really nice tour managers. The Vader tour manager was fucking awesome. The fucking Destruction tour manager was awesome. Cryptopsy does their own stuff. All those guys were in house and great. I want to really thank Sebastian from Creator. That guy was fucking, and
he put up with me too.
Man, great guy. That guy was fucking awesome. And we got the interview.
Yeah,
but he still powered through it. And the guy was professional. He was awesome. And we in turn did that, and it never got shared. But whatever. That's
we
not on them.
We don't ask for anything. We're not like. Can we also have like a glass of seltzer water? Like we're just like. Interview, when's it happening? Okay,
but look, overall, in my experience, the tour manager thing has been really cool. Obviously, when the Suffocation, Terrence knew it was me, so that thing was already aces because we have
a lot of times we don't even deal with tour managers. It just
depends. Well, like I mean, obviously the Cryptopsy thing, and that was a special episode. Flo bent over backwards to make sure that I was comfortable and I was happy and I could sit beside the stage, and he ran anybody off that fucked with me and as well as Schmear did with the Destruction, their tour manager.
It's always an adventure when we.
People are, but it's a mixed bag. You don't know what you're going to get, and you may get somebody that's difficult maybe while texting, and then when you get there, they're super cool and everything's fine. But the Black Dahlia Murder tour manager was the worst. He was awful because he wasn't mean to me.
That's not the band.
But no, it's not, and that has nothing to do with him. But it still makes them look bad when. He's got the interview set up, and then they rush me through an interview while they're just walking around with their dick in their hand for fucking 7 hours.
Yeah.
It's like, and then it ruined the day for me, and I left.
Yeah,
I was fucking. So you have no idea how mad I was. I was really fucking mad.
Yeah, nobody should be talked down to like that, especially when.
Well, he was treating me like I've never interviewed anybody before, and I mean, I hate to tell everybody now. At this point, I've interviewed a lot of fucking people, and I don't need to take shit off anybody that's got something to say to me. Matt Olivo, what a gracious guy, and his interview's coming up, and he was fucking awesome, and that's why we do this. But I'm telling you, the difficult ones.
I want to say Expulsion came out July 14th on Relapse Records.
It's available now. They're doing a guitar giveaway it'll be over by the time this gets up, but yeah, a lot of cool stuff. And they're going to do some touring for it, so I was told, and you'll hear that in my interview. And
Nightmare Future available now.
7 tracks of destruction. It's beautiful.
Also featuring Matt Harvey from Exhumed fame. Which you guys are fans of that. Fuck yeah, they got a new record coming out as well. So yeah, it's good stuff.
Yep. It's great. It's a great record. It's fun. And they've got new stuff coming out too that he talks about on the thing, so that'll be out next year.
Now I want to ask you guys, if you're listening to this episode, I want to hear more feedback from fans, so I want to ask, and I'm sure a lot of you guys go to conventions once in a while, or at least go meet bands after shows. Like, what are some shitty guests that you have met? Whether it be a convention or a band member that was shitty to you. I mean, it's happened to us way before we started doing this.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fan interaction. It's always a 50-50 chance of something going to shit.
Bottom line, there's people that appreciate what we're trying to do. There's people that appreciate like our fans, and like we appreciate you guys. But there's bands that appreciate you guys being there, and then there's guys that don't. They don't appreciate anything that they have, right. And they're really in the wrong business. They need to get a job at Walmart as a cashier.
Yep,
because they're a bunch of fucking shit turds.
Or be a fucking high school janitor.
Yeah, you need a different fucking career choice because you're a fucking turd.
There's
no reason to treat people like they're fucking dog shit.
I think a lot of people do it initially for the fun of it and everything, and then they get burned out, but they keep doing it because they're dependent. And whose fault that is? Yours, not our problem. We're here to provide a fucking service for ourselves and for the fans alike. And they don't want to hear you being a fucking dick to us on the podcast. we don't ask for more than 15 minutes anyway half the time. And, you know, we're very gracious to the management groups and the all the handlers and the PR people. We're very gracious and respectful and you know, and the bands, you know, we don't just... A lot of people, I think that the issue with a lot of these people is that they do deal with a lot of shithead interview people or podcast people that don't know what they're doing, but that's not our fault, you know, and we shouldn't be treated like the last people you got interviewed by.
Well,
you know,
and I want to talk about this a second. The Bill Robinson from Decrepit Birth, which I honestly don't even want to give them a movie. We'll just put it up. But the reality of it is, Matt was so gracious, but he was busy. He was helping another band, and I told you the name of that band. I can't remember, that were on the bill, that were from there. He was helping them with their sound or their effects or something had messed up, and he had to go. And Matt was gracious enough to did that and took some pictures with me, and he went and did his thing. And then the interview went on with Bill, and the guy told me before the interview ever started that I thought I was a rock star and it should be old school and you shouldn't have to do interviews. And basically, essentially, our contacts at Nuclear Blast told them that they needed to do this interview, and then they took it out on me. But Matt didn't. Matt said he didn't want to do it, but he did do it. Begrudgingly, he did it. But Bill was difficult to deal with, and it was disappointing for me as a fan of the band. And honestly, their new record's amazing, and I'm not going to sit here and shit talk the guy, but you'll hear it for yourself. And he was mean to me for no reason. There was absolutely no reason for him to be mean to me. Mm-hmm. He would agree with me and then turn face on me on something else and get mad at me. But you know, I don't hide how I feel. If I met you guys in the street, I'm going to tell you that I think deathcore's dog shit. If you're wearing a Carnifex shirt, I'm going to laugh at you. Mm-hmm. You know, if people don't like that, you can kiss my ass. I'm not getting paid. It's like this is not the deathcore, you know, skinny jeans podcast, man bun style with beard and IPA beer. This is not. We don't service any of those fucking things on this podcast. If you do that stuff, that's fine. If it offends you that I like it, you can fucking suck my dick. I don't care. We're not getting paid. You can suck Corey's dick. You can eat his ass out.
That sounds really good.
You know, I'm just not dealing with it. There's no reason for that. And if people have to be unprofessional, you know, then we're gonna be unprofessional too.
And you know, we get it that you have to go for it. You have to play ball. You have to be professional. But when people clash with us and treat us like shit, that's not playing ball anymore. It becomes.
Bill was, and you've listened to. Bill was incredibly offensive to me, and he was being rude, and he was being difficult. And I powered through the interview to give it to you guys because I care about this podcast.
And he did apologize to you, not For
he did, sort of, but you know. It is what it is. It still doesn't leave the taste.
I think he was trying to save face because he made himself look like an idiot, and we're totally going to put it on the air.
Yeah,
so.
I don't care.
From now on, I'm telling you,
no, look,
you either get it straight up and unedited.
Matt was fantastic and was gracious and everything. And if Bill didn't want to do it, they shouldn't have done it. You know, and I
do what everyone else does.
But I drove. I'm going to tell you, I drove several hours to do that show, and I sold my personal belongings to a pawn shop to get money to go to that show, to have food and gas money to pay wheelchair fucker so we could go to the show. And then I get there, and then they're telling me they don't want to do the interview. Well, you should have told me that 3 or 4 days ago. I had Matt's number. I was in communication with him. If you don't want to do an interview with us, you need to tell me I don't want to do an interview with you. If you're being forced to do it, then you need to be nice, put your happy cakes hat on and your bib and power through it, because I powered through it, you know. But I hate doing those. Those are the worst. I don't want anybody to think that I want to be controversial and fight with people that we try to have on here that we like to listen to. I don't. But it happens, and when it happens, it's bad. You know, I'm sure there's others I can't think of right now that we've had some difficult times with. That was the worst for me this year. Was Bill. And it's not because I don't like Bill. They put on an amazing show, and I'm a huge fan of that band. I love Decrepit Birth. But, you know, it's one of those things I've been gun-shy about having Corey put the interview up because it's humiliating for me to listen to it.
Yeah, he lays into you for no reason. All because you just disagreed on one small thing. And, you know, it's not even a controversial subject. You weren't like, well, I'm Republican, well, I'm Democrat, and you're like, brr. It's just like, well, I think deathcore sucks. And then he's not even in a deathcore band. He's like, yeah, well, you're a fucking rock star. You think you're special. It's like, what?
It was just dumb.
You know, it didn't even need to happen.
And I don't think I'm a rock star. I can tell you that. I'm the closest thing that anyone where Corey and I originate from in Tennessee will ever get to a rock star. We both are. We're the kings. Just bow down and suck our dicks. But that being said, when I've spent my money and sold my belongings to do an interview, and then you spit in my face, I'm not gonna be real happy.
The professionalism's over. We're gonna be nice to you there. We'll be nice to the tour people and the PR people, and be like, thanks for setting up the interview. Blah blah.
Well, Flo is from Cryptopsies, who made that not special. And Matt did everything he could. But you can tell Matt still didn't really want to deal with it. But, and I understand that, and that's fine. If people don't like me, that's fine too, and you don't want to interview with me, that's fine. But if your label's telling you to do it, I guess you better do it. Yeah. But they've been in the business long enough where they should have been a little bit more professional about that instead of just being weird. There's no reason to be weird to people when you're trying to reach out to them because you enjoy their music. And I still love their music. I'm a huge Decrepit Birth fan, and we will give you that interview. But I'll just say now as a disclaimer, I didn't know that was going to happen. And you know what? If people don't agree with me about stuff, that's fine, There's plenty of people that don't agree with me about stuff,
Tuna agrees with me.
Matt Harvey called me an old man.
Right, Tuna?
Isn't that what he called me? So I was being an old man or something?
Said you were being a grandpa.
Well, and that's fine. That's his opinion, that's your opinion. I don't really care, I'm not getting paid. And even if I'm getting paid, I'm still going to say whatever the hell I want to say, so...
Well, like I said, when I press record on here, whatever you do at the show, we're going to remain professional. I'll be like, all right, dude, thanks for laying into me. I really appreciate the pep talk. Even though you're just, I'm the one that drove out all this way for free, not getting paid to come out here to see.
You would think they would be gracious, someone wanting to help support something that they created.
They don't see it as support.
Instead of fucking defecating in my fucking beverage.
They think we're getting in the shows for free just to see a free show, and then we think we're cool for doing an interview or something. It's like, no, I wouldn't sit here and actually do all this if I thought I was cool.
Well, and and on a rebuttal to that,
I also don't want to travel 4 or 5 hours just for a 15-minute interview because I think I'm cool. It's because we want to.
And who hates going to shows?
Yeah, you're the king of not wanting to go to shows, but you do anyway because you want to get content for the podcast, which is great.
Yep, and I'm going to continue to do it. It's also good
for the record. The doctor doesn't really even watch shows. He goes for business and he does his thing. Occasionally he'll go, if he really likes the band, he'll go sit on the side of the stage and watch them. That's it.
Yep.
And me and you will go to stuff once in a while, but very rarely. I mean, we don't just go on road trips and go to shows all the time. Be like, yeah, we get to say that we interview people. We really just go to shows. It's like, no, we fucking go do these interviews. Well, the doctor mainly. It's been the doctor's year this year.
Well, no, we're getting you back. You're back. You're back for the next one. But it's depressing to me, though, because I think people probably get the wrong idea from me sometimes about it, but it actually just hurts my feelings when people are that nasty for no reason.
No, it sucks as a fan, but...
And look, I know you're tired and you're touring, but the reality was that tour hadn't been going that long. There was no reason for them to act like that, for Bill to act like that. It wasn't...
No matter what time of day it is, you got to suck it up for the people...
But they were told to do the interview, and he was basically...
Vented.
I swear to God, I want to share this with you guys. This is an exact quote from him because I don't have a recording of this. This is exactly what he told me. I'll take this to my grave. And this is how I remember the guy. I go, yeah, man, I'm real excited, man. Next week we're coming down and we're going to get to be the only person that interviews Peter from Vader. And Bill looks at me and he goes, I hope he doesn't fucking do it. That's what he told me. That's what he said. So you've already got, and Corey is my witness, you've already backed me into a corner.
Yeah, and that's before the interview started.
Yeah, you're already backing me. You're trying to pick a fight with me. Mm-hmm. Now, the reality is, what you're going to hear in the interview is me standing my ground. And was I already aggravated? Fuck yeah, I was. Was I being disrespected? Fuck yeah, I was. Did I power through the interview for you, the fans? Yes, I did. Am I proud of the interview? Fuck no. Would I ever go see them again? I don't know. But I'm never going to interview them again.
No.
That's it. And Matt was cool. But he was still kind of like lukewarm water, whereas Bill was just atrocious. You could tell when
some people don't like doing it, but then some
he was just atrocious,
power.
And it was like, but he was already starting shit with me from the beginning.
Yeah,
they didn't do interviews back in the day. That's bullshit because there's interviews with Chuck all over YouTube doing interviews. There's an interview with Chris Barnes. There's interviews. Don't tell me that Glenn Benton. There's interviews with David Vincent. All kinds of bands did interviews.
There just wasn't podcasts then.
Yeah, but there were people doing fucking video interviews with fucking VHS camcorder things. And
this also isn't back in the day. This is fucking now.
But he's sitting there, it should be like back in the day. It's like, well, you know what, man? Maybe you should just lay on a beach and jerk off, instead of being rude to me and pick the fucking cum out of your beard. Because it's like, and the bird turds. Because there's no reason to be. There's no reason and go surf a turd because I could care less. Because I wouldn't go fucking surfing if you fucking paid me.
But this, to close all that out,
we're gonna have to edit that out.
It's fine. You get we're not editing anymore. You get the Charles Band treatment where you get a Full Moon Inc. fucking Blu-ray. Maybe we'll even get you a fucking DVD. Maybe some people.
Oh no, it's DVD. They're getting fucking Puppet Master 14.
You're getting a Blockbuster Video. Ginger Dead Man 4 or some shit. Jack
You're going to know immediately.
You're going down. You're not only going down on the picture.
I've got the movie for them. Are you ready? Because from the bottom of my heart, I think they deserve it. They deserve the Nightmare on Elm Street remake.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. I wouldn't even watch that for a fucking.
No, but we'll just put it up like it's on there, and it's not. It's just the movie. We don't even watch it. You just hit record and have it on when you go to bed.
Well, yeah, people that are rude, they either don't get a movie, we just put it up raw so everyone can hear it be a butt, or they get a fucking DVD of Full Moon Inc. You can have that.
And that's what you get. But, on a happy note, this interview that I did with Matt Olivo was awesome. He was gracious. He's insightful.
And for that, you get David Cronenberg.
Yep. You get Rabid, man, because you were a fucking cool motherfucker.
Green slime, nasty cannibal film.
I mean, honestly, The Expulsion's hands down one of the best things that came out this year. It's already in my top 10.
It is. It's fantastic. The sound is great.
Matt Harvey did a great job on it. I mean, that drummer from
I love the vocal.
Danny Walker did a good job on it.
The vocal handoffs are nice too.
Yeah, it's nasty. It's really good, and
both Matts are great.
The artwork's awesome. Everything is awesome about it.
And props to Joel Grind for the mix. It sounds awesome.
It's great.
It's very old school. In the best way possible.
And I didn't get this recorded, and I want to share this and I want Matt to hear this if you're listening to this, Matt, when you listen to it. You said something to me, and I wish I'd been recording. And it sounds like it came right out of my mouth. Not that I'm you, but we agree on this. This is what I told him when we first got on the phone. I have not heard anything this pure grind-wise in I don't know how long. And he said it's old school. And a lot of people try to do old school, but if you're not actually old school, you can't put that sound on a record. And you can't. So there you go, kids. You can pretend that you're doing this type of music, but all you're really doing is emulating it. The people that created it are the people that can still create it, make it sound fresh, and put out a quality thing like Nightmare Future. So with that said, I mean it's
not only a testament to the old sound, but it's also Nightmare Future. What a name for what it actually is.
Yeah.
It's actually hope for stuff.
Something else that I didn't say, same as the Vader interview, if you guys have listened to that, it's track by track I did with Matt as well on every song. So it's really cool, and I'm actually going to let Corey listen to it here in a second. We're going to let you guys listen to it right now. David Cronenberg, if you're any fan of his movies, a lot of them are on Blu-ray now. Rabid's available from Scream Factory. Nightmare Future is available from Relapse Records. Matt Olivo, thank you, sir. I was humbled to have you on the podcast. It was a fucking killer interview. I'm sorry that the fucking battery died, and we had a little snippet there. We'll have Corey patch that together. And brother, I
am only the doctor of editing, but you're the doctor of everything else.
No,
but,
no.
But Matt, thank you for being so humble and generous to the doctor and to me and to the podcast and to the fans. Much appreciated. And thank you all for waiting. Hopefully you enjoyed Rabid if you popped it in your players. If not, go pick up a copy from Scream Factory or Amazon or wherever Blu-rays are sold. And now we will bring you the doctor's interview with Matt Olivo of Expulsion. And thank you for listening. And as always, from us at Phantasm, stay fucking gory.
It's Dr. Vincent West with the Phantasm Podcast, and I am with guitarist and grindcore master Matt Olivo. How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing good, man.
Cool.
I'm doing real good.
Awesome to have you here, and we're going to talk in great lengths about Nightmare Future, if that's cool, because I absolutely love it. And it's
Thank you.
my favorite release so far this year, and probably going to be my album of the year. I love it. But tell me a little bit about how you got into music, and let's touch on, we'll start with talking about Repulsion a little bit.
Sure. Like most kids, it's just you get a little taste of rock and roll through a friend or someone in the neighborhood or your uncle, your crazy uncle or whatever. And, you just get hooked on it. I was initially into hard rock, and then it eventually gave way to more heavy metal. And when I was in junior high school, I had run into a person that I knew from elementary school, Scott Carlson, and we kind of became buddies because we didn't really quite fit into the very sort of mainstream public school that we were going to. And we would hang out all the time and go back to his place. And he was already walking the path of a metalhead back then by listening to like Priest and stuff. And Priest, and this was actually before Iron Maiden. And so he kind of turned me on to some more stuff. And then from there, it just kind of, we just would get magazines and eventually fanzines, and became more and more rabid in our consumption of metal, mainstream metal, and eventually underground metal and punk rock and hardcore. And it's kind of snowballed. By the time we got to the middle of the 80s, or no, maybe it was around 83 or 84, I think we put together the first, like, real proper band. And it started off sounding kind of like, Priest or Maiden or something, and it eventually became Repulsion. So if you can just kind of fill in the colors of that journey, you might get a sense of what we were doing.
That's amazing. Now, when you guys formed Repulsion, what year was that?
We actually formed, let's see, we first played together in a band called Tempter, and then that went to Ultraviolence, and then Ultraviolence went to Genocide. I think we're up to about 1985 at that point. Wow. And yeah, and then we went, and then me and Scott joined Death. I don't know if you knew that.
No, man, I'm a huge fan. You got to talk about that a sec.
Sure. We were just pen pals. This is when Death was Chuck, Rick Ross, and Cam Lee. Just three teenagers playing in Chuck's mom's garage, cutting, rehearsal demos and stuff, and sending them around. And we would send them demos of like Genocide tunes, and they would send back, Death tunes, and we were both just sort of very mutual, fans and friends. And at one point, Chuck, they never actually, it was funny because in those days, like Mantis and early Death, there was no bass player ever.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was just Chuck and Rick Ross, and they were down tuned so low that they just, I don't know, it's going to be hard for you to imagine, but in those days, Florida, there was no actual like death metal scene in Florida. It was started by Chuck and Rick and Cam, essentially. So there wasn't like a lot of musicians around to go, oh, let's just add a bass player. It's like if they ran an ad for a bass player, you get some guy that, played weddings. Then you get some guy that go, oh, yeah, heavy metal. Yeah, I know some AC/DC songs or whatever.
Right.
You just wouldn't get the type of people. So anyway, the only people they knew that could come in and fill the shoes of a bass player, which is initially what they were looking for, but then Chuck and Rick had a falling out, and Chuck wanted to get another guitar player, was me and Scott. So we actually went down there for a summer, I quit high school to go join Death.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and we moved in Chuck's. All three of us lived in Chuck's bedroom, which was, like a 10 by 10 little size, room in a home in Altamont Springs, which is a community outside of Orlando. And we would just, try to write songs and learn tunes and just, we did a lot of hanging out, just kind of partying, drinking beer, smoking some grass and whatever. And it was actually a blast because I was so jazzed. There was something so special in the air because the idea at that time was to have Cam sing and have Chuck sing some songs and have Scott sing some songs.
That's awesome.
And yeah, dude, we were all just jazzed. But Cam had a falling out with Chuck and decided he didn't want to play in the band anymore. And we actually went through that process of trying to find a drummer at that time in Florida, which, again, is going to be impossible for your listeners to understand that at that time there were 0 death metal musicians in Florida. 0.
Well, I mean, growing up down there, my parents were separated. I grew up, my mom moved around a lot. Of Miami's where I'm at now, but I was living in Tampa. And I sort of saw some of that stuff going on, but I wasn't really that familiar with it, But we're talking like, we moved there in like 90 or 91, so it was already kind of...
Oh, yeah. It was definitely kicking in by then.
Yeah.
Chuck had already recorded it.
This is great. This is amazing. So I had no idea. That's amazing, and I didn't...
Yeah, so it's not something that, it's not something we tell a lot of people simply because we never recorded with them. So to say, oh yeah, we were in Death, it's kind of lame. People just go, oh really? Oh.
Well, no, I think it's, as a fan of your music, I think that's incredibly, I don't know, I think that says a lot, because I've never met the guys on Autopsy, but, they played with him, and it's like, I think a lot of people probably, I would imagine, probably try to talk to them about that. But any era of it, the first time I saw Chuck was Spiritual Healing, and I lost my mind. I thought it was great, and I didn't miss a tour after that. And huge fan, and actually, when we had Matt Harvey on the end of last year, and I got to talk to him a little bit about the whole Death to All thing, and of course Gruesome and all that good stuff, and obviously we'll get to that here. The Expulsion. Well, let's stay with where you're at in Florida. I don't want to mess up what I'm doing. I'm getting ahead of myself. So, but
okay. Well, I'll speed things along here.
No, you're fine. I got all the time in the world if you've got time.
Oh, okay. Let's see. We started looking for a drummer. We auditioned a handful of people, and then at one point, we were all taking turns trying to play the drums. It just fell apart, which was such a bummer. But what was interesting about that is out of the ashes of that, I started to see what became the Chuck Schuldiner of legend. I started to see this guy who went from evil Chuck. He used to just kind of walk around with these really grubby athletic shoes with no laces on them. The tongue would be flopping around all the time in his OT shorts.
Right.
And he barely had shoulder-length hair. I saw him literally change from that to a very, very serious, focused person. And this was right before we left. He's like, I'm moving, I'm going to move. I'm going to do whatever I have to do to get these musicians that I need to make this happen. And that's when shortly after that, I believe what did he do after that? I think he moved to Frisco and started doing all that stuff. Or maybe I can't remember. It was a bit tumultuous, actually, for him to get started. I remember at one point he was in Slaughter from Canada.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Oh, you didn't know that?
No.
Dude, at one point, things fell apart for Chuck so bad. This was after we left. That we were all friends with Slaughter, too. And he actually moved to Canada and joined Slaughter. And I got this call from him one day, and he was just so bummed because I had been sending him tapes of new songs that I was writing on my own, and he's like, you want to get together? You want to start a band? I'm like, what's wrong? He's like, and he's literally like in tears, not sobbing, but he's just like,
right.
He's just broken down, yeah. And he was like, oh man, I don't know, I don't dig what's going on here, and I just slipped and fell on some ice. You're talking about a kid that grew up in Orlando, Florida.
Sure.
And he's dealing with the perpetual fucking winter of Canada.
Right.
He was so bummed anyway. That was, but that, his determination to realize his vision was very, very powerful. And I think, from those early setbacks, it kind of galvanized his focus, and then he became the person that we all, came to know as a legend,
Well, I wanted to ask you this while we're talking about him. What do you think about that whole death to all thing? Because I talked about it with Matt, and I know Matt was briefly a part of it. What is your take on that?
In what regard? What do you mean?
Well, and I'll just be blunt about it. As a fan, again, being older and everything else, I thought the whole thing was offensive to me because not Matt's role in it or Hoagland's role necessarily, but just some of that stuff. I was like, what? I don't know. I didn't attend any of it. I wanted to see Massacre when they did that run with Obituary, but I missed that. But I don't know. I just couldn't do it because the last time I saw Chuck, it was him and Hammerfall, and that's how I want to remember it. I'm weird like that. Like I won't. I had a friend the other night. My co-host actually went to go see that Adam Lambert and Queen thing. I'm like, I actually saw Queen, which also tells you how old I am. And I was just like, no, I don't want to see that shit. I don't know. I was just curious what your opinion as a friend and a fan of Chuck's, what you thought about the death toll stuff.
Yeah. I mean, okay, so to you it felt like a cash grab kind of thing. Soulless cash grab. I don't know. We can have our opinions on it. I did talk to them before the tour happened. Someone reached out and was like, hey, do you want to participate? And I was like, we didn't record it. And they're like, yeah, but we'd still love to have you along. You're part of the history. And I was like, oh, well, cool. I was like, the thing is that I want to play tunes off of Scream Bloody Gore because death became... they grew into, I guess, like a technical death metal band at that point, which is cool, and I got no problem with that. It's not my personal preference. I don't listen to a lot of that, but I totally have a lot of appreciation for the guys that do it and for that era of death.
Oh yeah.
But the thing is I wanted to do stuff off of Scream Bloody Gore, and the conversation stopped after I mentioned that, and then I reached out again, and it's like, no, we're not doing that era. And I was like, okay, so here's what's happening. The musicians that are in the band, the Death to All band, are now dictating what songs to play.
Right.
Which kind of said, okay, we're going to not necessarily rewrite history, but we're going to create the history of death. And it's not really going to have anything to do with that Scream Bloody Gore album, because that was just kind of like, Scream Bloody Gore, There was no arpeggios on that album.
Well, see, I felt the same way. See, my favorite record is well, to be specific, it's more Spiritual Healing Backwards. That's my shit. And we talked about that with Matt even, and it's funny that what you said, that was his feelings on it too. He wanted to do the first three records. That was his kind of, we agreed on kind of a cutoff or whatever. And see, that's kind of my thing. It's like, why is James Murphy not in this? Why was Rick Ross not in it? Why was, Cam Lee? I don't know. I just felt like maybe they asked those dudes. I don't know the whole facts, but it was like that Shannon guy seemed like he was running the whole thing. I mean, I don't know that, but that's how I felt. Or that tour manager or whatever that was with Chuck like a million years ago or something. I don't know. I just didn't understand all of it. And when I asked Matt about it, he kind of shut down on me about it. And I I feel really bad about kind of because I think I just kind of put him on the spot with it, which I'm not trying to do that with you. I just, as a fan and someone that knew him, I don't know. It's like seeing a, you know, I don't know. I looked at the set list and, you know, I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, I get you. There's two ways of looking at it. There's the way that we look at it, which, you know, I think it's important because there's valid sort of concerns with, I don't know, cherry picking the history of death. You know,
sure.
It's not really cool. But the thing is that the other way to look at it is there was a lot of people that were really stoked to go out those shows. And from a fan's perspective, I think there were a lot of very satisfied people out there. And so there's that too, you know.
Yeah.
You have to just sort of temper everything. Mm-hmm.
All right, but do you know what I mean? It was like...
I do. I know what you mean.
I don't know if I can even express it in words. It just... I don't know.
It felt wrong.
Yeah.
You know?
It would be like going to see Motorhead without Lemmy. I don't know. I guess is the. It's like.
Okay. You're saying they shouldn't have even done it just because Chuck wasn't allowed to participate or whatever.
Well, you know, it's one of those things. It would be like, I mean, and I'm going to use you as an example. It would be like someone putting a sequel to this Expulsion record, and you'd passed away. I'd be like, what? Do you see what I mean? I just don't. I'm weird like that. You know, it's like But I mean, I get it. Because there was such a demand for it. I mean, I see the you know, the financial side of it, and I guess a fan appeasing side of it. But jokingly, between you and me, I think you'll think this is funny. When they first told me about it, when my co-host told me about it, I said they should have called it "Guys Chuck Fired." That's awful, isn't it? I'm so bad. But no, you know, if it, you know, if they had asked, you know, you guys, you know, me not even knowing about that, and then the Cats and Autopsy that play, or whatever, there's two of them, right? Autopsy that did the Screenblade Gore. You know, and I never heard any of those guys mention in any of those conversations. Maybe they did and they didn't want to do it. I don't know. And then James, I don't know James, so I have no idea what his stance was on it, but, or Cam, for that matter, or Rick, but... Or even Terry. I don't know even Terry's stance on it, so I don't know.
Well, it is what it is. I'd like to think that maybe some of the money that came out of it went back to Chuck's family to help out with medical bills.
I hope so.
Like that.
I hope so.
Me too. I mean, being seriously ill in this country is just financially devastating to like middle class families.
Oh yeah, it is. It is. It really is. It has been on. You know, even my family. It's a mess. But so you're in Florida, and I'm sorry getting sidetracked on that. I hope I didn't offend you or anything with all that. But so you're down there, and then did you guys move from Florida to California?
No. What happened after the band fell apart? We were only there for about 3 months. It was basically a summer. We went back to Michigan, and Scott and I still had a lot of drive in us to I guess basically just resume what we were doing, which was a band called Genocide. And so we went back. I got back into high school, finished up my high school degree, and we started Genocide. And that's when we started getting more and more extreme. In fact, I remember in some of the rehearsals that we were doing in Florida, Scott was trying to introduce some of the ideas that we had worked on into death, but it was a little too extreme for Chuck, and he wasn't really interested in going that way. But anyway, we went back and pursued those ideas, and like big time. Like we really focused on it. Like we got to do this. So we worked really hard on it, and then in like '86, I believe, we recorded the Slaughter of the Innocent demo.
Okay.
Which is what became the album Horrified. It was the same exact session. It's just that Horrified didn't get released until '89, I believe, 3 years later. But anyway, so we recorded that demo. We sent it out there. You know, guys like, you know, Shane from Napalm and a few others, we had good feedback from several key people in the underground, but the labels were not touching it because it didn't sound enough like Slayer. It didn't sound enough like metal. It was just something else, and they weren't quite ready for it. And so we. I'm skipping ahead a little bit. I think. You know what? Before we did Slaughter of the Innocent demo, we changed the name to Repulsion, and we kept all the same songs.
Okay.
And then we did the Slaughter of the Innocent. Yeah. So we're in 1986, and then we put out that demo and the little head graphic that became our signature thing.
Oh hell yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and then things kind of fell apart after about I think the whole Repulsion run was about a year or so. And we did a few gigs, local gigs, had some fun, had some, good times, just getting drunk and playing shows.
Right.
And it just kind of fizzled out. And then our drummer joined the Army, and then I joined the Army to get off and doing something else. Everything had just fallen apart.
Okay.
So, and I wanted to get money for college as well. So that pretty much takes us out of from the beginning to the end of the Repulsion career.
Well, I tell you, that record, I remember having it when I was younger. And I always liked it. I always thought it was cool. And you'd mentioned Shane. Shane's become a really good friend of ours. We've had him on the podcast, and having you on here is as big a deal to me as when we had Shane on. And I shy away from certain types of, I was never really into Carcass, but I always liked Repulsion, and I always liked Napalm Death, and I don't know, I'm real weird about a lot of the music that I like, and we'll fast forward to now, and the Expulsion record was literally like you giving me a breathing apparatus for 2017.
Right on. Cool, dude. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, and let's dive into that. So how? First of all, we'll start here. How did Nightmare Future come about?
Well, Nightmare Future came about when I started to write music for what I wanted to do is a new Repulsion album, and Scott really wasn't interested in doing that, so I called the first person I could think of that would be perfect for it, Matt Harvey.
Right.
And Matt, and Matt was stoked to jump in, and so I demoed some songs and sent them to him. This was a couple of years ago, and he came over, and we had a couple beers and recorded his vocals, and he wrote the lyrics and did the vocals for these tunes I'd written, and we just banged them out in my apartment, and it turned out really good. I sent it around to friends just to get feedback, and people were like, this sounds really good. And so I sent it to a few labels, and the one label that came back with a lot of enthusiasm about the project was Relapse, which has been Repulsion's home for many, many years.
Right.
Yeah, and so and that kind of got the ball rolling, but then some life stuff happened to me. I lost my dad, and
I'm sorry.
Met my wife.
Well, that's awesome.
And, yeah, totally awesome and shitty.
The first part shitty. The second part I meant was awesome.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, of course, yeah. But it's just life, and it kind of slowed everything down. But I jumped back into it last year, hardcore, and really thought to myself, well, the only way this is going to get done is if I produce it, if I just go after everything. Harvey's way too busy with all these projects to kind of commandeer anything significant on this. So I jumped in, found some awesome musicians. They're actually just friends of mine, Danny Walker and Menno Verbaden. Just guys I knew from the scene who happen to be, scene leaders in their own right. and incredible musicians in their own right.
Now, the bassist, where is he from? I'm not familiar with him.
Well, he played in a band called Lightning Swords of Death, which was like a black metal band from LA. They were on Metal Blade. Pretty awesome outfit. They broke up now, but he was like, every time I'd see them locally, he just stood out as this incredible musician. And he's also an instructor at the Musicians Institute, the world famous musicians.
Oh, wow.
In Hollywood.
That's cool.
Yeah, totally. So, and he's the type of guy where he's like totally cool, very friendly, but, you know, is very serious about playing music. And so it's like, hey, Menno, can you learn a couple of these songs? He'll come back to you in a couple of days with the parts written out in music score, you know, and like ready to go. So he's awesome. And Danny Walker is just incredible as well.
Very good, yeah. He's great.
Such a diverse drummer. He plays in progressive music. He plays, you know, grindcore, everything. So yeah, I was really lucky to grab those guys and get them on board. And we did the tracking last year, and then I did a lot more pre-production after the tracking. Then we sent the prepared tracks over to Joel Grind from Toxic Holocaust.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a pretty notable producer in his own right, and the lead singer and founder of Toxic Holocaust, which is an amazing band.
I've never met him, but he's going to be out with Goat Whore and Venom Incorporated, so I'm going down to interview Venom Incorporated, so I'll have to have him sign my CD for me since he produced this bad boy.
Well, he mixed it, but yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But anyway, but definitely go up and say hi, because we had a good time working on it. We're both sort of audio production guys, and so we had a shorthand as far as what we needed to do, and he was just terrific to work with. But anyway, that takes us to about January of this year, and then once it was done, we got it in the pipeline over at Relapse, and they're like, okay, we got a lot of releases. Relapse, I don't know if you're on the press release.
You know what's funny about that, and I'll edit this out so it's not on here when you share it and everything. I can't get anyone at that label to talk to me. And then recently, literally yesterday, because my co-host is a big fan, I went to Summer Slaughter to interview Black Dahlia Murder and Origin, because we've had Paul on before, but Black Dahlia Murder, you know, just to have them because they're real popular. I thought it'd be good for the hits or whatever on the podcast and stuff. And I did both of those. But the Dying Fetus thing, those guys would not have anything to do with it. And the drummer was all about it, but like the John guy through their management thing and this other guy at Relapse, like I can't get anybody at Relapse to talk to us. I don't know why. I can't get anybody to ever, even Terry from Death and Obituary gave me a guy's number, and the guy never responded to me. I mean, we're in bed with Nuclear Blast, Metal Blade, you know, and they give us tons of stuff, but I've never had anybody at Relapse help me. I don't know why. And I've tried. I would love to, because there's, you know, obviously your record is so fucking amazing, but I can't get anybody to talk to me. So, but I'll edit all that out. But yeah.
Yeah, well, that's really weird.
I don't know.
Sorry to hear that. I don't understand.
I have no idea. Like even the Matt Harvey thing, we got that on our own. We had Ross, because we had Ross Sewage on. Like he was one of our first guests, and Ross got Matt to come on for us. But I mean, it was weird. I don't know. I have no idea. You know, I like tons of stuff on that label, but I couldn't. You know, I'd like to have Zombie on. I don't know if you've ever listened to those two dudes, but. Yeah, I mean, I would like to have, because I'm a huge John Carpenter fan. I feel like those guys would be cool to have on Goblin and all that good stuff. But even that Goblin Rebirth thing, I would love. There's lots of stuff on that label I would love to sink my teeth on to have as a thing. And you know, I feel bad, like for yourself, for example, I feel bad bothering people personally on the internet. But if it's like, if I can't talk to anybody at Relapse, I don't have any other way of doing it. I can't, you know. So
it's weird. I mean, maybe they've become such a massive machine that, you know, it's hard to get people to, you know what I mean? Maybe they're getting a little corporate in their
Yeah, maybe. I'm not really sure. But I will tell you this. One thing that I did yesterday, which I think you'll get a kick out of, and I will leave this on here because I was happy to do it. Every single band that I talked to, I was like, album of the year? Oh, it's the Repulsion. And they're like, what? And I'm like, and I started laughing, and I was like, no, dude. I'm like, Expulsion. You remember Repulsion? Like, a couple of these cats like that were working for Origin weren't familiar with it. I played it for them. They fucking loved it. And I'm like, it's just great. And I'm so excited right now. I'm literally about to jump out of my skin having you on here right now because I absolutely love this record. And I guess we'll start. If you're cool with it, I'd like to go track by track with you here. Well, first, before I do that, let's talk about this artwork because I fucking love it.
Yeah, I was inspired. I sat down. The artist, his name is. Hold on 1 second. Please cut out my stammering here.
I'm gonna edit this baby where it sounds perfect.
Okay, cool. So the artist that we got to do this works for Relapse Records. He's a staff artist, if you will.
Oh, he's great.
His name is Orion.
Okay.
And somewhere back in, I think, December, we started to have discussions, December 2016, we started to have some discussions about which direction we wanted to take. And I wasn't really looking at other death metal albums. I was looking at, like, some of the artwork that you see on some of these horror video games.
Right.
And some of the artwork is just absolutely aces. And I just downloaded a bunch of JPEGs off the internet, and I was like, this inspires me. And he's like, oh yeah, I love this. I was like, maybe we could try this. Yeah, okay. So we kind of whittled it down, and then he started doing some drafts. And then I remember at one point I asked him to, because one of the images from 9/11 really stuck with me, and it was the people that had to jump off. They had to face being burned alive or just jumping out of the window.
Right.
On the Twin Towers.
Right.
And they I mean, what a horrible decision. And I don't know. It just struck me, and it stuck with me in my mind. It's just burned in my mind. So
right.
I went on the internet and I found these images of the people literally just falling through the air to their death. And I sent them to Orion. I'm like, can you just put a couple of these people on this cover? And, because it's nightmarish. And so he did, and he also put one on the disc itself, which I thought was brilliant. But yeah, so it was just a discussion that came out of things that were inspiring to me as far as, a nightmarish vision.
Well, it's beautiful, man. I love it. I love all the artwork. I think it's great. And Total Human Genocide. What a way to start off this thing. It's fucking awesome. You want to talk a little bit about that song?
Yeah, Matt Harvey came in, wrote the lyrics for that. And it's about, it's about man destroying himself, essentially, which is almost like a total human suicide, I suppose. But,
right.
But not really, because really what you've got is just a handful of jackasses at the top of the governments around the world and put their fingers on the button. And we're all just sort of in the middle.
Yeah, exactly.
Hoping they don't push the fucking button.
Right.
And that song is about, the whole thing just going down. And, we a lot of us lived in a world where we just concern ourselves with our jobs and our bills and our friends and family, blah, blah, blah. But we are, at any given time, the whole thing could just come crumbling down. And we'd like to think that it's all very stable, the pillars of society and the pillars of democracy and all that stuff. I mean, if it's anything we've learned in the last year or so, one person can come in and literally just rattle the whole fucking thing.
You're right.
And there are already people that are running countries around this world that, if they were running America, God help us all.
Right. It's scary. It is scary, and I think a lot of people don't want to think or hear about that. I meet people all the time that are just like, man, you're too, like, in tune with shit. Don't you want to get loaded and do all this other stuff? And I'm like, not really. I think a lot of people probably just think I'm paranoid, but I like to look to what could happen. I like to be ready for things.
I get it. It could lead someone into a depression, which is not good at all, or it could lead you into the type of mindset where it's like, hey, this could all be gone tomorrow, and I want to live my life with some meaning, and maybe they make some changes in their life so that there's more meaning in it. I hate to say live life to its fullest, because for some people that means jumping out of an airplane or doing something, bungee jumping. I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about like really having some kind of meaning in your life.
Right.
But for some people, it's just depressing and too overwhelming.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, that's a really I love the way the album opens with that. It's fucking. That got me. That was the one that hooked me. I was like, oh, I got to keep going. Altar of Slaughter.
Mm-hmm. That is like the prototypical song about a murderer.
Okay.
someone who cannot stop killing people, and a lot of outsiders to this genre of music would probably think that we're sensationalizing that in some way, but I think really it's more along the lines of, if you get into the mind of a murderer, the type of Matt's lyrics are so descriptive. You're practically having a sensory experience if you read them and listen to the music. You practically see it.
They're great.
And he did an awesome job on the lyrics, and so that's what that's about. Just kind of getting out of your own head and getting into the minds of a violent killer.
That's awesome. Well, that's great, because we do horror stuff too, which I'll get to later, but it's awesome. So, okay, so track 2. So track 3, Mask of Fear.
Yeah, Mask of Fear. Mask of Fear to me is a little more ambiguous. I would say that it's really just more of an abstract, almost like this is my interpretation. I haven't asked that, but to me, it's more like just the utter horror of looking inward and really seeing what's inside. Because most of us just kind of go through life and we respond to things, and sometimes oftentimes we'll do things that we don't really quite understand why we reacted in a certain way or said a certain thing or something.
Right.
But you really want to get into some like scary things. You can just look in the mirror and start thinking about yourself. And you don't have to be like a psychopath to be afraid of what's inside of you.
Right.
I've done that kind of soul searching. So to me, that's what that song means. But that's just from my perspective, and that's what's kind of cool about that song in particular, because I think depending on who you are, you could look at that in different ways.
Yeah, it's listener interpretation on that one. It's cool. I like it. Like I said, every track of this, I love it. The fourth track, Nightmare Future, the title track.
Yeah, I think Matt's take on that was a little more of the environmental sort of apocalypse that is sort of imminent. If we stay on this path, it's coming. There's no doubt about it. Everyone agrees. everyone in the scientific community agrees, at least,
Right.
that we are destroying our environments, and it is not going to be nice when this culminates. But Matt kind of added a bit of a sort of mystical thing to it, where he's talking about visions, you know. So there's almost like a soothsayer kind of thing going on with this as well, which is really cool. I love that.
Yeah, it's a great track. I love it. It's really cool. And then Funeral Bells. I love this song.
Yeah, I mean, this is, this goes back to, 1985 Repulsion kind of lyrics, where you just kind of throw everything into a blender and create a horrific vision. And when you read the lyrics, you're trying to figure out exactly what the song is about. But you think you know what it is about, and then all of a sudden you're like, I don't know what this is about. It's just everything. It's kind of like Dio lyrics. Like you say, you like Dio.
I do.
You're like, okay, he's talking about this, and you're like, wait a minute, what is he talking about?
Yeah, it's a cool song. I love it, and the vocals on it are nasty, and it's awesome. It's a great song.
Sure.
The first time I listened to the record, I must have listened to that track like 10 times and then finished the record. Like, I don't know, it just stuck with me. I like the bells at the end of it, too.
Oh, cool. I like how he comes out of Nightmare Future. The two songs were kind of paired together, it's like a pairing.
It's great.
If you will. And I like hearing all that bombast of Nightmare Future, and then you get this, this guitar howling and wailing, and then this mid-tempo thing just comes in and slams you in the head, Anyway.
It's awesome.
Cool, thank you.
And then we'll move on to Compulsions.
This is a song, as far as I can tell, that's about a guy who is a killer, and he seems to be after a woman, which is not something to laugh about. But what it is it's about. It's really this harkens back to like the Eclipse comics and Bernie Wrightson and
oh yeah,
and some of these guys. Yeah, these guys that would write the Haunts of Horror and these horror comics, or these short story about some weirdo that lives in a house in the middle of nowhere, and the teenager's kid's car breaks down, and it comes next.
It's awesome.
To me, this is kind of like an extension of like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre or something, but just a cool little dark tale of murder and depravity.
It's great. I like it. It's just everything about it. It's, I don't know. I can't, like I said, I can't say enough about all of it together. But that's a really cool fucking song. I like it.
Awesome.
And then
Thank you.
we'll move on to the last track, and that's Comatose.
Well, that song is about like when that song is about basically the horror of being kept alive, being in a coma, being self-aware, but being kept alive when you should probably just be let go.
Right.
And it's paranoia. It's the fear of losing your sanity. It's just the horror of medical technology doing something essentially against nature when someone should just be left alone to naturally pass away. But medical technology and the ability to bill someone a lot of money just to keep a loved one alive when they should just be let go.
Right.
I think all of that factors in, but I think mostly it's just like you're just you're losing your sanity, and you have no idea when the nightmare is going to end. That's probably the worst part of it.
That's really cool. It's like a movie of its own.
Yeah, totally. And it's also, if you use it as an allegory, it could be, an allegory for what it's like to live in America currently.
Yeah, definitely. Well, see, that's why I love this so much. Every track, I'm really into horror movies, and I absolutely just think this is like, I don't know, it's just the soundtrack for me for 2017. I've had a pretty rough year, so it's great. It's ever since I bought it, I haven't stopped listening to it, and I don't do the digital thing. I listen to CDs still, so I rock the CD in the car when I'm driving. So it's a good stress reliever. I love it.
That's good, dude. That's good. I really appreciate your support and your enthusiasm for the record. That's awesome.
It's seriously no bullshit. No, I absolutely love this. And I told Corey, I was like, I'm going to have to see if I can get him to come on, because I like I said, I can't say enough about this thing. And ever since I was a little late getting it because I wasn't aware of it, and then I bought it, and I haven't stopped listening to it. That's all I've done. So,
we've been getting some good responses from fans and press, and I couldn't be more happy with it. I mean, when you work on something like this, it's like running a marathon. You just keep going and going and going and going, and then when you finally finish, then this horror sets in. Holy shit! What if no one likes this? What if people just go, man, the internet can be so brutal,
Yes.
But wow, I mean, what a relief. So many people have made a lot of positive comments, and we've gotten some really just stellar reviews, and it's been such a relief, and it's been humbling too, honestly.
Well, it's brilliant. I mean, like I said, I don't like to divulge my age. I'll have to edit that stuff out where I was talking about that with you, but I get it. I first listened, I was like, I totally get this, and I don't know, I felt like literally it was like you speaking to me like through the vein. Like I was just like, wow, this fucking thing is brilliant. And when you talk to Mr. Harvey, tell him I said it's fucking brilliant, and your bassist tell him it's brilliant, and Danny tell him it's brilliant. I'm telling you, I just cannot say enough about this, which leads me into my next question. Will I ever get to see any of this stuff live?
Oh yeah, I can't say where, but we've just booked a show, a fest, and we've got the feelers out for several fest promoters, and yeah, absolutely. We start rehearsing next weekend, and yeah, absolutely. I'd love to make it to Florida. If you know any promoters out there, have them reach out.
Well, yeah, my family lives my dad lives in Tennessee, my mom lives in Atlanta. I know Atlanta would be just a great place for you all to go. The Masquerade there, I mean, that's I don't think anybody that in that band would even argue with that. I know Matt and definitely would. I mean, it's just a great venue, the Masquerade. It's been there forever. And Florida, I'm not really sure. Miami's kind of weird. Like, I mean, obviously Tampa, I'm not really sure what's there now because I haven't been there in so long. But yeah.
Tampa seems to have a pretty good scene. We played the best there. It was something Scion did.
Oh, yeah.
But they flew a bunch of us out, and the attendance was strong. There's a lot of people out there.
I mean, I've never been. I used to go to the Milwaukee Metal Fest, but I would. But the Maryland thing, I've just kind of shot away from Maryland because Maryland will have like 6 bands I like, and the rest of it I'm kind of like, ugh.
Oh, okay, yeah, it's definitely not worth it if you're. It's really kind of like, I mean, some of these fests are so expensive and so huge, but it's really just kind of like going and immersing yourself in the lifestyle for a few days with
right.
Friends, and just you watch the bands you want to watch, and in the meantime, you just have some drinks, and party down, and buy some merch and whatever. It's just immersion in the culture.
I think I'm kind of an antisocial person, so I've always kind of shot away from any kind of festival thing like that. Anything that I go to like that, I'm just kind of like, ugh. You know.
Okay.
So I have really bad anxiety, so it's like, but yeah, man, if I ever get a chance, I would love to buy a shirt. I would love to support this in any way that I can. I absolutely love, I love it. I can't wait for you all to put out more stuff. I mean, I'm ready for the next one. I love it. I can't say enough good stuff about it because there's been a lot of stuff come out this year, death metal wise, and you know, but this is my favorite thing that I've bought. I really like it. Everything about it, it's just great. Every song, and I have anger problems, so it's fun to listen to calm me down. So I love it. It's going to be my...
Dude. We are working on an EP right now. We're writing songs for it, and we'll be rehearsing the tunes over the next month or two, and getting that recorded and putting it out. I don't know if we'll make it before the year's out. I hope so. But if anything, in the beginning of next year, hopefully it'll be out.
Oh, it's amazing. I can't wait to listen to that, and I'll keep listening to Nightmare Future over and over again because I just love it. And like I said, I can't thank you enough for doing this and coming on. And
you got it. Thanks for having me on, and thanks for the support, man. Appreciate
yeah, definitely, man, definitely. And let me know, you guys. You know, I'll keep an eye on your page and everything, and we'll share the dates when you guys have dates to do and any new stuff and anything like that. I'll keep my eyes peeled on it and put it on our page. So,
thank you, sir.
Yeah, of course. If you want, when I get this interview up and put together, I'll share it with you, and maybe you can get it on your page there.
Yeah, post it on Expulsion, and I'll repost it.
Oh, that'd be amazing. And real quick, before I let you go, if you've got a sec, are you a horror fan?
Yeah, of course.
What was the first horror... I don't want to keep you, but I'd love to talk to you about this because we do horror stuff on here, too. What was your first horror movie that you saw that you were just like, fuck yeah?
Oh, okay. Well, the first horror movie that I saw that scared the living shit out of me, and my reaction was not, fuck yeah. It was like, fuck no. It was The Exorcist.
Same here.
Yeah.
You know, did you know I still cannot watch that film by myself? Like, I can't just, like, turn it on and watch it. It freaks me out.
Yeah, it's creepy as shit still after all these years. But I would have to say that got me, you know, thinking about it. And by the time I reached my teenage years, I was watching as much horror as I could get. This ages me, rather. You know, this time period predates home video.
Right.
So it was whatever would come on TV or whatever would come to the movie theater. And so, you know, we would go to midnight screenings of Dawn of the Dead or...
Fuck yeah.
I remember when Zombie, Lucio Fulci's Zombie came out, me and Scott saw that in the movie theater, dude.
That's awesome.
And we loved it so much that we stayed. We just snuck back into the theater and watched it again. We watched it twice.
That's awesome.
Yeah, dude. And so, you know, and then a few short years later, it was home video and, you know, VHS tapes everywhere, you know, video stores and that whole thing. Remember that?
Sure. Oh, yeah.
You know?
Betamax, VHS, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We had it all.
Yeah, and so, but I'd say The Exorcist was the thing that first, you know, hooked me into horror movies. It scared me and drew me in at the same time.
Oh yeah, definitely. Are you a Friday the 13th fan?
Yeah, I mean, some of them, you know, it's like Nightmare on Elm Street, which I love. You know, a couple of those films
sure.
are so amazing, but not all of them are.
No, right, exactly, yeah. What I was going to tell you, I don't know if you play video games at all. That Friday the 13th video game is fucking excellent.
Oh, dude, you know, yeah, I've been reading about that, and I haven't gotten it yet, and I definitely want to pick it up, especially now hearing your recommendation, you know, but I've seen people raving about it.
If you've got a PS4, you can play it with me and Corey.
Oh, right on. I don't actually have an Xbox, but do you know if it's out on Xbox?
It is. It sure is.
It is?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
But man, it's fantastic. Other than the team killing in it, which will literally make you throw the controller if you're like me, it's ridiculous. It's like, man, we're supposed to be working together against Jason, not killing each other with Jason. It's fucking, I mean, like, it's irritating. Like, you know, it's like, come on. It's not even fun. Like, it's like people sitting there just leveling up and stuff, or they'll just kill you for a boat motor so they can get away in a boat, or a car part, or whatever to get out of the game. But yeah, it's a great game. It really is. And it's really cool. It's fun. I spent a lot of my time playing that fucking thing. But yeah, it's fun. I guess it's on PC, Xbox One, and then PS4. So, but yeah, it's a cool game, man. It's pretty sick. Are you obviously we named our podcast after. Are you a Phantasm fan?
Oh God, yeah. That was one of the movies. I should have mentioned that. That was one of the movies that I kept catching on television broadcasts before the VHS days. And I just love them. It was so imaginative, so different, so original. You know, I love that movie.
Oh, it's great.
I still love that movie.
Yeah, it's great. I even like the sequels. I'm a big fan of it. I just like them. I think they're fun.
I haven't seen the last one. I haven't seen Ravager yet.
You know, it's not bad. Yeah, I swear, it's actually not bad. And actually, next Thursday we've got Reggie Bannister coming on here. So,
oh, awesome!
Yeah, it's sick. It's like we've not had a lot of horror actors, but the ones we've had have been stellar. We had Ken Foray on from Dawn of the Dead.
Nice.
You know what? I've got to tell you about that though. I wanted to talk to him about From Beyond, and apparently he had like a really bad experience making that movie, and I fucking love that film.
I like that movie too, and he's actually great in it.
I walked into a hornet's nest with him in that interview because apparently something really bad happened on the set. I don't know what happened, but he wouldn't go into it. You can go listen to that interview. It's on iTunes and shit. If you just look up our podcast, you can listen to that interview with him. But yeah, you can totally hear me like walk into like a hornet's nest with him. I mean, he wasn't mean, but you could tell he did not want to talk about that film, which sucked because I love that movie. It's like,
yeah, well, that's too bad. I mean, it's disappointing especially when you're in a situation like independent filmmaking or underground film or low budget filmmaking, whatever you want to call it. And underground music is always, and you hear about these like horror stories of people trying to work with each other. It's like, man, we're all just here for the same thing. Clearly we're not here for the money. We're here to do something cool. You know?
Right, exactly. But yeah, it sucked, but yeah, and we've got this is the one that I'm freaking out about, and I still can't believe that we've got it. We've got Bruce Campbell coming on in October, which I'm freaking out about.
Wow, very cool. Yeah, I'd be freaking out about that too.
He's so fucking cool, man.
The Evil Dead movies are just so amazing. They haven't made a bad Evil Dead movie yet. So.
Have you been watching the show at all? Have you watched Ash vs. Evil Dead?
I've watched a few episodes, and they're actually amazing. I think
it's great.
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't have Showtime, but I should just purchase them, get them on demand or whatever. It's amazing. I mean, he hasn't lost anything.
No, he's... Are you a fan of Bubba Hotep that he did?
Yeah.
See, I always thought that movie was cool. That's Coscarelli, too, that did the Phantasm stuff. I just thought that movie was brilliant. And he was actually... I don't think he won anything, but I know he was nominated for his acting in that, because I just thought he was fucking cool in that movie.
Yeah.
The barbecue blowing up while they're drinking beer and everything. I always thought that was just fucking cool, but yeah, man, there's so much. I can't believe you saw Zombie at the theater. Corey's going to shit. He's a huge Italian horror fan, so he's going to fucking flip out.
Yeah. Original theatrical run. I think it probably lasted 2 weeks or something.
That's crazy. Yeah. Do you have a favorite horror movie?
The Thing always comes to mind. John Carpenter's The Thing.
Oh, it's so good.
Right away. But Reanimator.
I'm obsessed with that movie, obviously.
Yeah. It's such a great film. I mean, just top to bottom, an amazing film. It's a tie between those two. I don't know.
Do you like the movie Brian Usna that did Bride of Reanimator? Do you like Society? Do you like that movie?
I haven't seen it, but I know what you're talking about.
Oh my god, you got to watch that. It's so fucked up.
Yeah.
it's a lot of body horror stuff, kind of like Cronenberg kind of stuff, but
okay, yeah. Okay.
You should check it out. It's I don't know. I really like it. And then Romero passing recently, that just sucked. That was like
yeah, I know. So a couple of his films are literally like old friends to me. You know.
Oh yeah. Which you have a favorite Romero?
Oh boy. Yeah, probably Dawn of the Dead. You know.
It's so good.
That movie really. Yeah, but I love Day of the Dead. I love Day of the Dead, dude. This is gonna trip you out. I live in this little community called Glendale, outside of Los Angeles.
Okay.
And I literally live down the street from one of the actors that was on Day of the Dead.
Really?
Yep. And he doesn't know me. He knows a good friend of mine. In fact, a good friend of mine is a filmmaker named Chad Farron, who always casts him in his movies. And so he always has a kind of a bit role. Let's see, what's his name? Hold on 1 second. Let's pull this up. His name is Joseph Pilato. Joe Pilato.
Oh my God, he's the guy that gets ripped in half at the end.
Yeah, he played Rhodes, like Commander Rhodes or whatever. Captain Rhodes. Choke at him! Yeah. Anyway, this guy lives right down the street from me, and I literally saw him last night, again, at a convenience store, and you wouldn't recognize him. He's got really long hair, a long beard, and I don't know, I don't think he's doing too well, but it's just cool. I'm always too nervous to go up and say anything to him, but maybe I should just say something to him, like, hey, Day of the Dead rule.
Yeah.
Hi, this is Matt Olivo from Expulsion, and you're listening to the Phantasm Podcast.
That's awesome, man. Well, brother, I can't thank you enough for doing this. It means a lot, and I've got a friend that lives out in L.A. If I'm ever out that way, I'll have to hit you up. Maybe we can go grab a beer or something. This means everything to me, because I absolutely love this record. And
absolutely.
Dude, you have a great weekend. I cannot thank you enough. This was a fucking honor. I appreciate it.
Okay, you too, man. Have a great weekend.
Take care, man.
Thank you.
Coming soon from Phantasm.
In a time of fear and suspicion,
you choose to admit your crimes before man and God?
His coming was foretold. Now, he is here.
You know the signs. You are bewitched.
He has the face of an angel.
Channel me a spirit.
The charm of the devil.
Hear me when I say he's evil. Evil absolute.
And the powers of a god. Satan also has one son.
For you are the first to have laid eyes upon the new Messiah.
Now, an enemy from his past.
Who appointed you executioner?
And a girl from the present.
Do you know what he's capable of?
Next time he's gonna kill me.
I'll not let him harm you.
Are the only hope for the future. This is the terrifying adventure that could set the world on fire. Warlock.
Every year, hundreds of young people travel the country and disappear. God help those who get caught in the tourist trap. tourist trap, where beautiful young people looking for excitement are tricked, terrorized, trapped.
Let go!
Tourist trap. Shock you can see. Terror you can feel. Heart-stopping suspense that makes this the nightmare that never ends. Something crazy's going on at the tourist trap. To see may shock you. It may frighten you more than you've ever been frightened before. Don't worry. It's only a maddening, horrifying nightmare. Or is it?
What are you gonna do?
Fire some flares. Did you give her the pills like I told you?
Maybe it's not a nightmare after all.
There's nothing up here.
Are they really alone? Or is there an unwelcome guest? Is this a nightmare? Or is it the fears we all have when we're alone in the dark? And if it's only a nightmare, why is everybody dead? Prepare yourself, because you will never want to be alone again. Prepare yourself for the Slayer.
There is something in the streets. Something in the shadows. Something in the dark that kills.
You're trying to tell me 2 kids did this?
She's got a statement from an eyewitness that said she saw the kids attack her.
Officer! Oh, thank God it's you.
The head was unstable and there was a sudden deceleration injury.
You think a cop did this?
Why not?
You automatically assume that it was a police officer instead of some lunatic son of a bitch dressed up like a cop.
He didn't kill the girl. He wanted a witness. He'll kill again. He enjoys killing.
He strikes without cause. Without mercy.
Who's he killing? Pushers? Hustlers?
Help me!
Innocent people.
Maniac cop?
He may be getting information from inside the department.
That means he is one of us.
When the killer is a cop, there's danger in every badge.
You're not gonna get me.
Suspicion in every uniform.
Since when is my personal life any of your business?
Since your wife was found dead in a motel room.
When a cop turns killer, no one is safe.
See a cop, you crossed to the other side of the street.
He'll find you wherever you are.
Bye, squad.
He'll destroy you, whoever you are.
You broke out of your cell, you killed them all.
It wasn't me, it was somebody else. I didn't do any of this.
Now they think they got the guilty man, so you'll be free to get to the mayor and the commissioner.
Reason cannot stop him. Bullets cannot kill him. This is one maniac you'll have to face alone or die. The choice is yours. You can fight him. Remain silent forever. Starring Bruce Campbell from Evil Dead. Maniac Cop.
my leg shoppers.
It's closing time.
The store will be closing in 15 minutes.
But the night crew still has work to do.
We're gonna get in so much trouble.
Because there's one last customer who isn't satisfied.
No, this creep keeps calling her. He's driving us nuts. Leave me alone.
He wants to slash their prices.
Who's there?
He wants to cut their inventory.
You're crazy.
He wants to chop until they all drop.
I saw him kill Linda.
And now, he's turning their retail store...
There's gonna be one more killing here tonight.
...into a wholesale slaughterhouse. From the producers of Evil Dead 2 and Pulp Fiction comes a new chapter in terror. Bruce Campbell, Ted Raimi, Renee Estevez, and Sam Raimi in Intruder, a new dimension in terror.
I'm just crazy about this store.